laughing over cocktails, drink more's the pour. Shake it up, mix it well, frosty mugs of fun. Every bite's a hit, a flavored run. Flames stacked high, come get you some. Drinks got the tunes, turn it up, shake the room. Blasting from the speakers, oh yeah. Feel that groove. Rocky's on the idle, watchful eye. In Dana's realm, grill marks tuned to perfection. Hear them sing, start trying season, taste buds ignite. Shade it up, grab your plate, take your seat. Join the feast, it's a culinary show. In Dana's retreat, best in town. Mouths watering, eyes so wide. Can't wait. Every flavor's a journey, a delicious ride. Rocky's by the door. Loyal pup, hoping for a taste, a little luck. Dana's on fire, turn it up. The queen of the kitchen's wild. Pots and pans in harmony, like a symphony compiled. Serving up a storm, joy in every bite. Come and taste, with Rocky wagging more beneath the neon lights. Rocking out with spatulas, we're flipping fun tonight. With drink more pouring magic, every glass is just right. Shaking up, stirring pots, Dana's on a roll. She's got it going on. Feast your eyes, delight your soul. Come on, sing along. Crank the heat, let's celebrate. It's party time. It's party time. Flavors mingle, senses elevate. It's showtime.
Hello, everybody. We were just laughing because all of a sudden I was standing here about to go on and I'm like, we don't have a microphone again. So welcome to Dana's Chaos in the Kitchen, because that's the way it is, Robbie. That's the way it is. It's hot here, so I have no sleeves. Andy's here. I'm assuming that's Andy.
When will
it
we
is.
see
Look at that. Hello, Andy. How are you doing?
light
And hello,
again?
everybody else. All the beautiful people that are out there. It's Sunday. It is Sunday here in Texas. And you know what? We were complaining about how hot it was, but it's actually not really that hot for Texas in July. Robbie and I, oh yes, you get to see my super sexy shoulders. Ugh. I mean, Robbie has to do that because otherwise he'd be in trouble. So, where's the cocktails? We don't have any cocktails, and we probably won't do one tonight because it's hot and I'm dehydrated. But maybe, who knows? Maybe we'll get later on and I'll be like, you know what, a cocktail sounds good. There we go. Is there anything there? Can we see anything? Is it okay? All right.
Just like the emote.
There we go. Auntie, thank you for resubscribing with Prime. And for everybody out there, if you have Amazon Prime, you also have a free sub. I'm not saying bring it here. I want you to take it to somebody who really could use it. You know, there's a lot of people out there. And I appreciate your support, Andy. A bucket of water for Robbie. Woo! So tonight, it is stone fruit season here. I don't know if it's that everywhere or if it's just here. So when I went into the grocery store, they had all kinds of stone fruit. As a matter of fact, let me bring some over here. I got a little bit of everything. Even Robbie's not favorite fruit, which is cherries. And I I've got some more peaches in here.
I was right that you found ranch as a fruit.
And ranch is not a fruit. No. Take it to the masses. So we've got white peach. So the inside of this, instead of being kind of the orangey color, is white. We've got black plums. They also had regular plums. I opted for those. This is a plucot. So it looks like a plum, but it's not. We have Texas peaches, which are a little bit smaller. And then we have apricots. So I thought, it being stone fruit season, one of the things we have, I love that we have down in the South is we have all these different kinds of things like Cobbler and Crisp and Crumbles and Buckles and Grunts and Brown Betties and then in other countries things like Clafoutis and Kuchens. Or Kuchen. I don't know how you say it. If my grandfather was alive, he would just be so disappointed in my German, since he was from Germany. But here we are. Anyway, so I thought, you like Buckeyes? That's a fruit. So we are going to make some desserts tonight, and then I also have to make dinner for everybody. So we're going to be doing some pork chops. I think I've got some green beans in there. The rest of the sides will be with whatever I have here. He's not following you. Robbie's trying to get Rocky to go outside, and Rocky's just like, I don't know why you're running to the door. I'm just going to sit here and not go anywhere. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about the differences in these desserts, because a lot of these get used interchangeably, and there are slight variations in them, and it may vary from state to state here in the United States. And then I thought we would make maybe 2 or 3 of these desserts, and when they come out of the oven, or if we cook them on the stove, put some vanilla ice cream on them, because that's Robbie's favorite. So I thought we'd do that. Yes, Rocky is one of those. I wish he listens. Oh, Bravewood's here. We'll talk about your coffee in a minute.
There's coffee in that nebula.
He listens if you have a treat most of the time. If you don't have a treat, he listens not. He might. So sit, he'll do without a treat. Lie down, he'll do without a treat. He expects a treat if you say goodbye, but he'll go goodbye without it. So anyway, so yeah. Okay, so first, before we talk about all of these things, I want to talk with Bravewood. So I tried the coffee. It's very interesting. So Bravewood has a monthly club with different coffees. So you get to try all these different kinds of coffees, and she grinds it to the grind that you need for whatever thing that you have. My machine actually grinds the beans up, and this was one from Colombia, and it's very interesting. I'm going to tell you, I like it as a iced coffee. I'm not a big fan of this particular one as a hot coffee, even though I've liked every other coffee as a hot coffee. But as a hot coffee, it was kind of, so it has like tasting notes of, I didn't look at the tasting notes before I tasted it. I wanted to see what my thought was on it. And I thought I tasted wine. And then when I looked at the tasting notes, I saw grape and cider was on there. So I was like, there we go. So yeah, so I don't know what your thoughts on that were, Bravewood, as far as that. It was a very interesting flavor. I'm going to be using it for iced coffee because I think it tastes really good cold with some cream in it and a little sweetener. But it doesn't need a lot with that wine and citrus flavor in it. So it was good. It was a very different coffee for sure. Well, hello all these people. More Dr. Pepper's in here. And let's see, we have Tana Rim. The pretzel croissant. Let me just tell you that all of the pretzel croissants I made did not last 24 hours in this house. And I only ate 4 bites because of the gluten. So 2 other people ate 12 of them in less than 24 hours. So They were pretty good. Robbie's like, I don't know who you're talking to or about. So it was delicious. It was delicious. Something I will make again. And Jerry Wolf, hello there. How are you? Had an idea, pretzel pizza. I'll write it down. Anybody, if you got ideas, I've got paper in front of me today. Pretzel pizza. I don't know how I would do that, but let's think about it. We could probably do something like that. All right, so I've got my white peaches. I don't know how ripe they are, so we might not be able to use those tonight. I have to just use the Texas peaches, which are very, very small. A buckle, yes, buckle is on my list, and let me talk a little bit about the differences of all of these things. Yes, I've got Clafluti, and thank you, Tanner, for that follow. We are glad to have you as part of the family here. It's been a long day traveling, I understand. Andy, we're so glad that you're here, and I hope you get some rest. And we'll be back on Tuesday for Food Fight, so you can come join us then if you want to. All right, so let's talk a little bit about all of these things, right? So cobbler is the thing I probably make the second most often out of all of these things. And that is a baked fruit, and it's got a pastry dough on the top of it. So you make a pastry dough, and then you kind of drop it on there, on the top of it, and then you bake it. But the thing I probably make the most is really a crisp. So I like to make like a streusel and bake the fruit and then put the streusel on the top because it's so super easy to make. And if you do a crumble, this is technically, people use crisp and crumble interchangeably. That's got oats added into the streusel. So a clafluti, you usually make kind of on the stove. You might stick it in the oven for a little bit, and it's more of a pancake kind of batter that you're pouring in with the fruit. So you're cooking the fruit, but then you pour this batter on it, and it turns kind of cake-like. And then we've got a Kuchen. Again, my grandfather he's rolling around in his grave going, you'd learn no German from me. What's wrong with you? But it's a cake with fruit in it as well. Thank you. You like the towel? Yes, because my kitchen is for dancing. I dance in my kitchen all of the time. A brown Betty. So a brown Betty is something, I don't know that I've actually ever made it. I've eaten it, but it's layers. So you have like a layer of cake, a layer of fruit, a layer of a little crumbly stuff, a layer of fruit, a layer of batter, and then more stuff. So you're putting layers as opposed to mixing them all up, which is very, very, so that's layered with cake crumbs. I'm sorry. The buckle is what has the cake and the crumbs and the fruit. Paxi, is that a cake, or is that something else? Is that like a fruit cake? I don't know. And then there's something called a grunt or a slump, which is cooked fruit, and then you put biscuit dough on the top. So it's very, very similar to a cobbler. I think a lot of times people call it a cobbler when it's really when it's really biscuit dough. So it really should be called a grunt or a slump. And then, of course, we've got a compote, which doesn't have a crust at all. And then the pandowdy, which has a rolled dough that you put on top. So that is very, very similar to a cobbler. Paziki. Oh, the donuts for Fat Tuesday. I did not know how they were spelled, so there we go. So anyways, I was just thinking, I've got the ingredients to make any of these. So Robbie, out of all of these, which one would you like me to make? I don't know if he was listening, so you want me to go through them again? Yes. Cobbler, crisp, clafluti, Brown Betty, Crumble, Buckle, Grunt. Actually, let's not do that one because I don't want to make biscuits. Compote. Well, we're going to be making a compote, so don't choose that. So out of those other ones.
Compote, please.
I'm already making it, so pick something else because that's going with our pork chops.
What do you think, guys? Any votes?
Any votes on what you want to see cooked today? I was thinking I would get that. Pierogies filled with sweet, those are yum, but it's a kind of a different thing. So what I'm looking for is it's baked fruit and it's kind of easy, free form to bake.
Bless you.
You would pick the thing I've never made before. Okay. Brown Betty. We got one for Brown Betty. Anybody else?
Brown Betty.
You're saying Brown Betty?
Yeah.
Good, you can help me. Thank you. I sneeze a lot. My allergies are really bad, and I live in a really bad state to have allergies, and because there's lots of allergens. I'm very lucky. My allergist said after I had the allergy testing, he said, congratulations, you are allergic to something every day of the year.
It's like winning the lottery.
Yeah. He's like, you're allergic to this, which is in the winter. You're allergic to this in the spring. You're allergic to this in the summer. You're allergic to this in the fall. So yay for me. So maybe I'll do a crisp because I make those all the time. Those are easy. And then I want to do one more. So we're doing the Brown Betty. Should we do... which one? Robbie is right there.
Hi.
Hi. How are you, Robbie?
I'm tired.
You're tired? Is it because we took a really long walk in the heat and then you took another walk in the heat?
I think that's it, yeah.
Yeah. It was really hot.
It was pretty hot.
Yeah. It's very hot today. But except it's not really hot today.
And I haven't had my coffee yet today, Dana.
That's because you don't drink coffee.
Well, that explains it.
So Brown Betty,
Cobbler.
the crisp, and the cobbler. Okay. All right. So how about if we do those, and then we're also going to make a compote. I know he doesn't drink coffee. Yours would be a clafouti. Okay, let's do the clafouti instead of the cobbler because that is something, I've only made it a few times and I think it's very different because the crisp and the cobbler are very similar. I am going to do all of this today because I'm insane.
Welcome to Dana's kitchen.
I'm completely insane. I'm also going to cook dinner. We're going to cook pork chops with a compote. Rocky. With a compote and some sides so that I can actually feed these other people in the house some food. Huge menu. It is, I don't always do it, but I've wanted to do, probably for about a year, I've wanted to do one where I'm showing these different baked goods and how they're different from one another, but then you can make it all up. You've got are you showing your toy? Are you showing your toy, Robbie? Robbie's got a squirrel. I don't know what's wrong with Robbie. It's fine. Be ready about 10 p.m. or so. Maybe. None of these things should take really long to make, right? So let's get some desserts started so they're ready for after dinner. So can we do that? Okay, you know what this is reminding me of? I'm going to tell you what this is reminding me of. I once had to give, well, I didn't have to, but was giving with two other people. One had been my clinic director, and another was a colleague of mine who says I talk too much. And it's another person who says, you're the sister I never, ever, ever wanted. And we were giving a presentation on ADHD. And the two of them at a conference for marriage and family therapists. And they decided it would be really funny if they had like a squirrel puppet that would pop up during our presentation, and they could go squirrel. And I said, no. And they're like, no, we're going to do it. And I'm like, I'm not a buzzkill. I'm really not. But like professionals, this is professionals giving something on ADHD. And they went ahead and did it anyway. And people in the audience while they were doing that were like, what's going on? So that's what that reminded me of, Robbie, right there.
I didn't realize that you were giving a professional presentation today. My bad.
This is a professional presentation right now. Okay, let's start. Okay, so now that we've got these things, I've also got some blueberries as well. Can you take care? Rocky is violating pillows over there.
Oh, so that's not allowed either now. All these rules, Dana.
So we've got some plums. I would do a plum upside down cake. We could do that instead of a clafouti. So I think one thing's going to be the clafouti. You know what? We're going to do a cherry clafouti because that is the original, like the French way of doing the clafouti. So let's do cherry clafouti. I'm going to eat one of these and try to talk at the same time. How do you think that's going to work? How's it going?
Sounds like it's going great, Dana.
All right. Please, the cherry. So we're going to do a cherry clafouti. I think our crisp. Could we do? Ooh, let's do an apricot crisp. Do I have enough apricots? I think I do. Let's do an apricot crisp. And then let's do a peach and blueberry brown Betty. Does that sound good?
Yes.
I really didn't plan this.
When do you think you might be done with all that?
With all of that, I don't know. If I get help from you.
Be later?
Later.
Hey, Elser.
Hi, Elser. Yeah. So let's start with one. I don't have any recipes pulled up either, so we're going to pull those up as we go. So Buckeyes, aren't they types of beans? Isn't that what a Buckeye is?
Or
No.
Ohio State people.
Or people from Ohio State? Well, but they named it after something. The fruit does look helper. It comes from a tree, so it's not a bean. So it's some sort of nut then? I guess I don't know for sure. All right, I had to turn myself off here so that I can, because I need to save some peaches for the other thing too. So we're gonna make mini versions of these, by the way.
They're like chocolate and peanut butter.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll have to go find this. So we're going to make our two things that are going in the oven in these. So we're going to be making kind of small ones. And then we'll make probably the full clafouti because I've got plenty of cherries here. It's just prepping the cherries. So how about if we start with, it would have been good if I had pulled up recipes. Let's start with the brown Betty because that one will probably take the longest since I've never made it. The crisp will take that and the clafouti will go like that, except for pitting the cherries. Although, you know, in France, a lot of times they don't pit the cherries when they're making a clafouti because it adds flavor to it. You live where Kyle and Sarah do. Well, then they need to bring me some Buckeyes. Okay, let's see here.
So, I wasn't paying attention, of course. Did anyone comment on what's on your shirt?
Well, they probably can't read it.
Either you love the beach or you're wrong.
So, Robbie, you're wrong.
I'm never wrong.
You are definitely
Ever.
wrong. So what did I decide? Peach and blueberry instead of an apple brown Betty? Do you think that'll work? Oh, here's a blueberry one. Let's do that one. And I'm just going to add peaches to it.
Are you allowed to do that?
I can do what I want.
Are the peach people going to come after you?
Not really. Not really. Okay. This says prep time 15 minutes.
That sounds good.
You
That's
think I
acceptable.
can do that? Blueberry. I'm going to add some peaches to it as well. So I've got plenty of blueberries. Cook time is 45 minutes. So I need to preheat an oven to 350. I'm going to bet everything needs an. The other one is 350 too. So let's do that first. Because I'd hate to get it all in here and then have to wait. So I'm going to read this real quick out loud to you. So, because you really should read your recipe from beginning to end, especially before you start, since some of them start with preheat the oven and then they're like marinate for 10 hours.
Well, and I've once read a recipe and I was going all the way through and it said, you know what, just skip all that and order pizza.
That was what it said at the end.
Yeah. I was like, okay, I'm glad I didn't do all those steps.
All right, so in a large bowl, we're going to toss the blueberries with sugar, lemon juice, and salt. And in a separate bowl, mix the crumbs. What crumbs? You haven't told me any crumbs. Oh, fresh bread crumbs. You know what I don't have? I don't have any bread. So I don't know if we can make this. We might have to change gears here. Because I don't have breadcrumbs.
No frozen
I thought I
breadcrumbs?
had. I don't. I didn't pick. That's something I should have picked up. I almost picked up. My grocery store is having a French week or two of showcasing stuff, so they had all sorts of French bread. I almost picked that up. Yep. All right. So we're going to do a cobbler then. That'll be our other one. Sorry, everybody. We'll do Brown Betty another night because I do want to make it. All right. I don't know why to show me a recipe you need to know where I am. Why do you care? The secret to perfect peach cobbler. All right. Let's try this one. Let's look to the recipe for this one.
And we're scrolling.
We're scrolling because, you know, we have to always tell a 20-page story in order to give us a recipe right. So we need peaches, sugar, salt. For the batter, we need butter, flour, sugar, baking powder, salt, milk, and cinnamon. I have all those things.
So no breadcrumbs in this one.
Add the sliced peaches, sugar, and salt to a saucepan. Stir to combine. Cook on medium heat for a few minutes until the sugar is dissolved. Helps bring out the juices. Set aside. Preheat oven to 350. Slice butter into pieces and add to a 9x13. So we're going to make this smaller, right, because we've got much smaller than 9x13. We're going to do half. Place the pan in the oven while it preheats to allow the butter to melt. Once melted, remove the pan from the oven. In a large bowl, mix together flour, sugar, baking soda, salt. Stir in the milk. Pour the mixture into the pan over the melted butter and smooth it into an even layer, and then spoon the peaches and juice over the batter. So that's backwards because you really want to put the fruit in the bottom and then put the cobbler stuff on the top. So we're going to flip that because that doesn't make sense to me. So that shouldn't take too long. So we need to slice some peaches. So I'm going to need I'm going to get a little pan out here. And if I'm doing the peaches in here, I probably don't need to melt butter into the bottom of this. Because does that make sense to those of you who've made cobbler, that you would put your cobbler is like pie, but without the bottom layer of dough. You put the dough on the top, right? That's the way I've always done it. I didn't pull my recipe out. Okay, so we're going to use probably 3 peaches, although about 4 cups. That's not going to be 4 cups. My peaches are very small. Let me use these 3. Let me do like 5. That should be okay. We'll set those aside over there. All right, let's start. Let's do some mise en place. Let's prep our peaches. Let me run around in circles. Where are our Johnson knives? There's that one. Where's mine?
The other one's been missing for a few days.
It must be in a drawer somewhere. I can't be missing my Johnson knife. Wait a minute, was that it? Nope. All right. I don't know where it went. It's fine. We're going to figure it all out. Here's my trash bowl. Peeled cord. Cord, you don't core peaches. It's got a seed in it. A pit.
Are you
A
getting
stone.
your recipe from TikTok, Dana?
It feels that way. I've used this website before. They're usually pretty good. All recipe websites are not created equal. Right.
So this wasn't the website that told you to preheat the grill a day ahead of time?
No. Although that's happened in more than one recipe that I've gotten online. Like there's some template and it's like, don't forget to put how hot this is supposed to be. Now my mom actually has a recipe she passed on to me for cookies. And there's no temperature for the oven. It just says preheat oven. And I'm like, that's not helpful. But I'll give my mom, a break.
I mean, you wouldn't have to do that many batches of cookies to figure out what's the best temperature.
I just use their Christmas cookies, and I'm like, you know what? It's similar to this cookie, so we're using, I wrote it down as, I think 350, but I could be wrong on that.
It's really supposed to be like 575.
No, you would never do a cookie at 575.
Charred on the outside, raw on the inside, just the way I like it.
Just the way you like it? You can do your cookies.
Apparently how I grill my steaks, Dana.
I know. Has anybody else done that? Like when you were younger and first starting to cook and you thought, I just need to cook this faster, so you thought, I'll do it on a higher heat, and then you're like, why didn't this turn out the way I wanted it to? Because Robbie's not the first person to tell me this. I've had many people tell me that they tried to grill their steaks faster, and they wanted that char on the outside, so they just like killed the heat. Like, heat was so hot, and then the steak wasn't cooked at all on the inside. And you want it to warm up a little bit. You don't want like tartar with your steak. You want it to stop mooing.
Mooing bad.
No mooing. No mooing. So I'll be honest with you. I don't know that I've ever cooked my fruit before I've done the cobbler. But maybe I have.
Have you ever cooked your ice cream ahead of time?
I have. Did you see the meme, save time? If you've got to boil water throughout the week, boil all your water at once and then freeze what you need later. No.
No.
Oh my
See,
goodness.
that's one of those things that the first half of that is so ridiculous, Dana. I'm like, okay, that's funny. But then they go the extra step of saying to freeze the leftover boiled water.
Freeze the leftover
And now I'm
boiled
just
water
like,
for later.
I can't. I can't.
You can't what?
I can't even.
You can't even.
That's what. I can't even.
Oh boy. Oh my goodness. The one thing I can't find anymore, Robbie, that my mom used to be able to find all the time are freestone peaches. Do you know what those are?
peaches you don't have to pay for?
No, free stone peaches. So what's the stone in a peach?
A pit?
The pit. Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't have a pit?
It does have a pit,
This sounds misleading.
but it's easy. It's not stuck to all of the flesh, so it's really easy to pull. Like when you cut open, it's like an avocado kind of
So
thing.
it's not stoneless.
Right. It's a free stone.
Free.
And so when you do this, right, instead of it kind of sticking to it, it just kind of falls off. This one did pretty good. But sometimes those peaches don't want to come off the stone. And I'm really sorry about lying, saying I had all the ingredients to make all of the things on that list. I really thought I did.
It's okay. The regulars know not to trust you.
I am indeed not trustworthy. That is true.
I trust Rocky more than I trust Dana.
So Robbie and I last weekend found a new barbecue place that was really good. Had a gazillion sides. It had like 20 different sides you could choose from. And the food was good, and it's a cute place. And then, because I've been to a lot of barbecue places, well, not a lot, but I've been to several barbecue places where, like, you've bought the barbecue, you're eating there, you can get ice cream. They have like a soft serve ice cream for free. And this place not only had that, it had banana pudding and cobbler for free.
And it was good.
It was good. It was good stuff. So that was really nice. And even though it is counter service, so you walk up, get your barbecue, then you pick your sides, and you get to pick them out yourself. You don't wait for somebody to scoop it up like you're in a cafeteria or anything for you. They still have people walking around the restaurant going, can I get you anything else? What do you need? How can I help you? So you still had that service as well, which was super, super nice. I enjoyed that. What about you?
I would have given them a 6 out of 5 stars if I could have.
Yeah, that was good.
Between the food and the service and everything else, it was that amazing.
So if you ever come and see us, we're probably going to take you there. And if Kanara comes, she was talking about how she wants Hattie B's. We have a Hattie B's here now. She's like, I need to go to Nashville so I can have Hattie B's. And I'm like, hey, girlfriend, if you're here, we got a Hattie B's. Hello, how are you, Darth? So Darth is here, and he's fabulous as a streamer. We've got Food Fight going on Tuesday. And here's the thing. If you've been following Food Fight, as of right now, Chef Steve still, this is not working here, Robbie. Chef Steve still doesn't have power. So they have the generator on the truck. I am killing this peach. This peach is not liking me. It's fine. You know what? It's all going to be in this lovely dessert of cobbler. So it won't matter. I don't know, Robbie. How did I do? How did I do? So if Steve is unable, because right now also you have to wait like a half hour in a lot of places in Houston for gas. And I know he needs, gas for the generator for the truck and everything. If he's unable to be ready for it, Darth and I will be cooking on Tuesday. And what we're going to do,
sabotage you guys?
you get to sabotage us.
Am
Yeah,
am
absolutely.
Am I allowed to participate in that?
You can because it's not a competition. If you were in Kanara's channel, shh, you be quiet.
Uh-oh.
Don't tell Darth.
I need to go back and look at a VOD, apparently.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go and look at the ingredients, the pairs of ingredients that each competitor have, and we're going to each pick one of those pairs of ingredients, and then we will spin the wheel and have to do it based on that theme. And then you guys can give us feedback. Did we do well? Did we not do well? So you can sabotage us. We'll pick a charity. And that's the plan. That's the plan, Robbie. Just in case. We're hoping Steve gets power back, but if he doesn't, we'll do that. And if he does get power back, maybe I'll convince Darth to do that in a few weeks. Because next week he's not around, and then the week after that I'm not around.
I'm sure if you guys get everything prepared, they'll get power back.
Of course.
'Cause that's how things work.
Of course, that's the way it works. Bon appetit. Bon appetit. We're glad you came by. All right, I think I'm going to actually do one more peach here. I think I need a little more. And we're going to put some blueberries in this as well. I've got plenty.
I didn't realize that blueberries are a stone fruit.
They're not, but they're going to add to our stone fruit here because they are so good in a cobbler. My sister-in-law doesn't like peaches. Do you like peaches?
I think I like peaches.
Yeah?
This is a
I
trick
hope
question?
so. No, I'm just asking. I've got
No,
a few
peaches
friends
are
who don't
good.
like peaches, and I don't know why. Like, what
mean,
did they
is-
ever do to you?
Is that like up there with how I don't like cherries?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I think not liking cherries is a pretty common thing.
No. I don't think it is common.
Well,
All right,
I'm just
this
going to
is-
have to disagree with you there.
This is going to also...
What are you doing?
See, this isn't quite ripe, so it's not coming off the pit, and it's kind of falling apart.
This is a freestone peach?
This is not a freestone peach.
I'm noticing that.
Yeah.
So is it supposed to look like mush when you've
No.
finished with the peach?
But it's
Dana?
going to add some peach flavor, extra peach flavor. Now, if you can't get fresh peaches, you can use canned peaches to make cobbler. I think a lot of places make theirs from canned because they can get them year round. I don't like using canned fruit if I can at all help it. All right, we're going to put, I think I need to put some, let me see, what do they want me to do with this?
Stuff. Things.
Peaches, sugar, salt. Okay, so we need sugar, salt. I don't need 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to stick that over there for now and get it out of the way.
Can dogs have peaches? Can dogs have peaches?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Seems like dogs can't eat half the foods we do.
Oops. So I'm going to add about 1/2 cup of sugar to this. We'll coat our peaches and then we'll cook them a little. My sugar's not coming out the way I wanted to. Oops, there we go. That's
Hey
what
there.
I wanted. Hello. How are you doing? Welcome in.
Oh, we're stirring now.
Yeah, we're stirring over here. We're going to put some salt in there, and we're going to cook this down a little because that's what the recipe's telling me to do, but I am not cooking it exactly the way the recipe has because
And you
I
didn't
think
want
they're
the
wrong.
stove on.
Huh? Not yet.
Okay, just checking.
Now I do.
Today's going well.
We're doing pretty good. I'm going to throw some blueberries in here too.
I think Dana's once again overpromised on.
I'm making many things. I'm maniacal today.
This is new? This is not new.
I didn't say it was new. Did you hear the word new come out?
We have Halloween sound effects where a witch is laughing and it's just Dana. So it's not new.
I'm going to throw some blueberries in there.
Even Darth said just today.
Wahahaha. There we go.
Oh, you can do way better than that when
I know I
You let
can,
your-
but I save
your
it.
real
I'm
self
saving
out.
it. I am saving it. Okay, I gotta make the dough for this.
And by the way, Darth, she dropped the towel.
Lies and lies.
It was 16 minutes ago. So how's that for a lie?
Lies.
Already. 16 minutes ago already.
Lies. It's all lies. Okay, I need to make the dough for this. We need, I don't need as much as what, do I already have the butter out? I already have the butter out. It's fine. All right, so I don't need all of this dough. So how about if we do half of this? So I need another, I'm gonna do this way because
Whenever Dana can't find anything, just ask, have you looked in front of you?
I am fine. You stop. You just stop.
I stopped.
You did. We're gonna do a half a cup of flour in there. Get that out of the way for now. We're gonna need it back again. We need some baking powder. I need about a teaspoon of that. There's sounds over here. Am I making sounds happen?
Yes?
I'm making sounds happen. You would think I'm highly caffeinated, wouldn't you?
Something.
You're something, Dana. All right. Let's put a little cinnamon in here. Sorry, that was probably loud. I've got a lot of things to make.
Dana thought that she was going to share some of her burger with me last night at dinner.
I was hungry.
And she did not.
I did not.
Lied. And for the record, I shared some of my pizza with her. And she didn't even
bite.
share a bite of her burger.
I shared my French fries and my ketchup with him.
That's not a burger, Dana.
Order your own burger next time. Don't be
Although
mad
my
at
pizza
me.
was really good. I know, she's so rude. Here, Dana, try this pizza.
You did not. You did not offer. I stole it.
No, I definitely offered. Wow, I need to start recording them.
He was holding a piece.
24/7.
He was holding a piece of pizza and I took it out of his hand.
After I had offered you, because I was like, do you want a fresh slice? And you just took like the part that was almost all the way gone that had lots of the awesome sauce.
You just said, Kanara! Kanara, welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in. Hi, I'm Dana. Welcome in. We're doing a lot of things. Something just happened. I don't know what happened. Oh, Mrs. Handicraft, you redeemed first. Can you believe everybody else in here didn't even see that? So welcome in, everybody. Kanara, how did the fried pickles turn out? Because I really wanted some of your fried pickles in your comeback sauce. And if you're in here and you don't know Kanara, because there's a few of you that are newer and you might not know who Kanara is. She's awesome. Go follow her. She is a food and safety and preservation expert in the kitchen and can teach you all of the things. And yeah, she's amazing. And she's funny and she plays games. And she does not protect me from zombies because I died. That's what happened. So yes, how did everything turn out? Crew, my name is Dana. I am a home chef in North Texas. I've gotten to meet Kanara in person. I've cooked with Kanara in this very kitchen, which was amazing. And yeah, so tonight we were talking about the differences between, it's stone fruit season. Wait, let me go. I'm all over the place. Breathe, Dana. Okay. So it's stone fruit season. So that always puts me in mind of cobblers and crisps and crumbles and all of the things. So thank you so much for the follows. Thank you guys. We have, I don't even know how to say that. Reynolds, thank you for the follow. And thank you. Hello, Ratty Patty. And Madison Torme, thank you for that follow as well. So we're going to be making a few of these. So we're working right now on cobbler. I've got peaches and some blueberries in a pan over here that really isn't over the heat. Let's move that. And then I'm making the topping for it. So we're talking about the differences between these things because you can make stuff that's in your pantry. So we're going to make a cherry clafouti. And we're going to do this peach and blueberry crumble. And then I'm going to attempt and see if cobbler. And then we're going to do an apricot, crumble. No, crisp, because that's my favorite. I like just having that streusel on the top. So that's what we're doing. So right now I'm going to cut some butter into my dough over here. And do that. Hit that follow. Yes, come and hang with me. I'm here, by the way, if you're unfamiliar with my stream, I am here with the wonderful, the fabulous, couldn't do it without him, Robbie, Randy, Ricky, Roy, Scrat, I always forget that one, who is my tech guy. Sometime dishwasher. He used to wash all the dishes, but now he's got so much tech stuff to do. We kind of split that. But he also is the dog wrangler, the Sherpa, the sous chef, the logistical elevation technician. What else did I miss? Bartender. Bartender's very important. How did I miss that? How did I miss it? So there we go. All right, I'm going to get my pastry cutter, if I can find it. Where is my pastry cutter? Where can you be?
No hiding, Dana.
I don't know. I do feel like I've got goofy juice today. You know what? I'm going to use a potato masher because I can't find my pastry cutter. Is it in here?
Too many things in the kitchen.
You know what, Robbie?
Yes.
The houses we looked at, I would have way more drawers. Oh my goodness, Hippie's in the house. Hippie. Welcome in another amazing food and drink streamer. It's Hippie Wayfair, so welcome in, Raiders. It's good to see you guys. We're making a bunch of desserts, but then I actually have to make dinner. So we're going to be making, right now we're working on a cobbler, then we're going to make a crisp and a clafouti, and then I'm going to make pork chops with a peach compote, I think. Some sort of compote. We're doing stone fruits.
So how long does everyone think it's going to take Dana to do all of that?
Robbie's just like, can you do one thing so we can eat at like 6? It would be awesome. Thanks. All right, this isn't working very well. I was hoping this would work better, but it's not.
She'll be done by Tuesday? Maybe.
I will be done. I will be done tonight. None of these things take long. This is the one that's going to take the longest to prep because of the dough that we've got to make on the top.
We do have AC.
Huh? We have
You look
AC.
cool and
Hippie, thank you. Oh my gosh, 31 months. That's crazy. Hippie! You got to say it that way, everybody. So when you see hippie, you just got to go, hippie! Like that. Yes, we do have AC. It's Texas. We would be dying without AC.
You mean like Chef Steve?
Like Chef Steve, like poor Chef Steve. I'm going to use my fingers.
Because what, they're about to be coming up on a whole week now.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So if I had my, if I could find my pastry cutter, I'd use that because I don't like to, the heat from your hands is going to start to melt that butter, which is what I really don't want. But here we are. We're using what we got. So If you hear children, they're next door in the pool. They're so lucky they have a pool. Are you going to buy me a pool one day?
Buy you a pool one day.
Build me a pool.
I'm not sure which of those would be more difficult for me, Dana.
Build me a pool. You have some here. I'm sure that they do down in Houston. I hope they do.
They definitely have some set up now, yeah.
You almost died without AC electricity this past week. Are you in Texas? Introvert Latina. I'm making that dough because we're going to put some milk in here too. I think I've got that mostly mixed in. So basically we're just trying to make sure the dough and the flour sugar mixture gets mixed together.
That's true. I could go grab the doggy pool. I could fill that up for you, Dana. Should we make that a goal? We could do that on stream. I just have all the ideas, Dana.
I mean, if you want to make that some sort of goal, I'm okay with it.
Who wants to see Dana in the doggy pool?
Rocky will have to come with me. Huh? All right, we're going to do some milk. By the way, there's milk in there.
Because we haven't even gotten Rocky in there yet, have we?
Well, we haven't blown up the... It's still sitting in there. And
well,
I don't know how
what have you
that's...
been doing, Dana?
I don't know how...
You're not making pastries. You're not making dinner. You're not blowing up pools for the dog. What would you say you do here?
And I said, are you going to buy or build me a pool? And you said, oh, I know. Let me get the pool out that Dana bought for the dog. That's not the same thing.
You didn't specify.
I did. I was very... So he likes to drink water.
From the hose or a sprinkler.
And he likes to go around, he likes to run in the sprinklers and stuff. So I thought, let's give it a try, see if he enjoys it.
Exactly, Michael. Someone got my reference.
Don't have to. You need to switch computers, all right. All right, so I know Hippie made eggplant parmesan today. I may not need all of this milk. Because this is pretty...
The doggy one definitely is.
Yes. The next door neighbors have an in-ground pool.
And if Dana wants a pool for
I
me,
want an in-ground
she would expect it
pool.
You're my fuzzy little
We're
troublemaker.
contemplating
Yes, you are. Now, who's
getting
your
a new
daddy?
house.
Uh-oh, the troublemaker's here.
Troublemaker is here. Both of them. All right, I'm going to throw some butter in here real quick. Did I do that wrong? I don't think I did. I read through the recipe. Did I do it wrong, everybody?
And
Pour the
Office
mixture in
Space was
pan.
shot in the Dallas area.
What was shot in here?
We were talking about the Office Space.
Oh, my,
references.
yes. And like, it looks like Arlington.
Or Las Colinas.
It's just the same thing.
It's okay. Sugi used to clean pools for a living, so you won't get one yourself.
I mean, I understand that.
Yeah, how's that work, Dana? If I get you a pool, is the arrangement that I never have to clean it?
No.
I'm not really seeing my incentive here. So you want me to get you a
I can't
pool
talk about your incentive.
that then I have to
I can't.
help you clean.
I cannot talk to you about the incentive during a stream. That would be ill-advised.
All right, so what are we putting in this pool, Dana?
So when are we putting the pool in?
How much do they need for a deposit? I've maybe got a Jelly of the Month Club bonus coming up that I could throw.
Jelly
towards
of
it.
the month.
I have
Yeah,
all
so,
movie
but the
references.
thing is, Michael Bublé, is that while that is good for the chemicals and stuff, and it's actually gone pretty high here in Texas with the chemicals. Puppy Cam, what? Just make a cluck cluck. Is that you still have to clean the pool in between when the pool guy gets there. Like you can't. I've had in-ground pools before, so I'm well aware of what needs to happen. I don't know. This looks really not like how my cobbler stuff usually works, but we're gonna see.
9%.
What?
Why is the puppy cam at 9%?
Because it wasn't plugged in? Because I was using it for something else? My tech person forgot to remind me to plug it in. I don't take responsibility for you failing to remind me of something when you know how I roll. All right, it tastes good.
Let's see if I can get this to work.
Get the Intex above ground pool. So we're thinking of going somewhere where we'll have plenty of space to actually build a pool. That's what we really want to do. She's back. You don't touch yours throughout the week. I know I've had mine, and like when it's windy and stuff, you gotta clean out the, what are those called? Why am I blanking on them? Not the filters, but the things, the baskets. What is that called? You know what you guys with pools know what I mean. Because of mosquitoes.
Oh, I need to do that.
Well, ours will constantly run. We'll have like a waterfall or something.
I can make it better.
Here we go. Only little palms in Miami. Well, there you go. There you go. Hello, Mega Bites. All right, this is going into the oven. And I'll set a timer. We'll see how that turns out. This is our cobbler. That dough looks a little watery. So we're going to see how that turns out. We'll turn the timer on, and I'll check it. All right, let's do the crisp next, because that one is fast and easy.
What are you doing, buddy?
So what I say? I said we were going to do apricots. This is going to be the thing that takes a little longer, is getting the apricots ready for it.
Next is set for you guys.
You guys getting some puppy time?
This is the most he's behaved all stream.
I know, he was getting into all sorts of trouble. Doing things that you're not supposed to do on a family-friendly stream.
That's for sure. Hey, where are you going? You gotta stay on your mark, buddy.
All right. I don't think the apricots are going to be enough fruit for this, so we'll put some blueberries in here as well. I usually like to make apple with this, and these are not ripe. We're going to see if we can get them off of the stone. We might not be able to use these yet. See, I should have bought all of my stone fruit a couple of days ago. Since the grocery store typically doesn't have them super ripe and ready to eat. But you know, to store your stone fruit, if you want to ripen them, you need to store them in a paper bag. Paper bag. That'll help them ripen a little. You miss having a dog, but now you have pet rats. That's not good. Don't have pet rats. I don't want pet rats. I once had here in this house, back when I first moved in, we were hearing sounds in the attic, and when they checked it out, it was very expensive to get roof rats out of the attic. Very expensive. Welcome to Texas. So that wasn't fun. So I had the dogs, and thank you for that follow, Mr. Meow Meow. Throw a banana or tomato in there. Yes, absolutely. Bananas are great for that. And the other thing is like if you're at the store and you need something that's a little more ripe, a lot of times you can find ripe stuff underneath, like because they're ripening faster because they've got, because they're surrounded by the fruit rather than being on the top. So especially like avocados, I do that a lot of times when I need it right away. You never had Cobbler. So Cobbler is like, and I'm sorry if I'm missing, if you want to retype something in that I've missed, feel free. I do try to do all of this, and I'm kind of concentrating today. Yes, the pool. We had, oh man, I can't even begin to tell you.
Were you also distracted by the puppy on the screen, Dave?
Yes, I was solely distracted by the troublemaking dog.
Hey, Maka Waka.
So it's like a pie, yes, but the crust is on top. And so this one feels like it's going to be more like a buckle, like with cake, like a more cake batter on the top of it, the one I used. Because normally it's like more pastry-like on the top. But here we are. This is what we're going to do. It's still going to be delicious, and that's what's great about these desserts. Like if your pastry or your dough or your batter isn't quite perfect, it can still be really, really delicious. It'll just be something that's maybe more a combo of things than everything. You drink your beers in a paper bag. That's not suspicious at all when you do that. Everybody thinks you're drinking like, Pepsi. Or here in Texas, it would be Coke. Pet rats are different than yes. I would not want a roof rat as a pet. I remember in my last house, I was hearing noises in the attic, so I had the pet guys come, and I said, "Is it possums, rat?" I knew because I'd seen all of them in the backyard. Possums, rats, or squirrels? And he said, "Yes." And I was like, "That's not good." And he goes, "Well, the possums eat the rats." And I said, "Still not good." That means they're probably up there to catch the rats, so maybe we need to get rid of the rats. A dessert casserole, yes. You thought they were ghosts? I remember in my other house, my daughter was still living with me, and she didn't like to kill anything, so we had to actually capture all of the animals. So, oh, thank you, Hippie, for that gift sub to Mr. Meow Meow. Am I saying your name right too? So make sure if I say your name wrong, you're letting me know. It is going to be so yummy. And we have vanilla ice cream and we have bluebell ice cream, so it's going to be delicious. So, yes. Step number 1. Bear awareness. Guys, still seeing people on the internet running towards bears, wild bears. Do not run towards wild bears. Bears, not beers. You may run to a wild beer. That's okay. But not to wild bears. Don't do it. People are crazy. Whoops. So this is going to be new for me. I've never done an apricot streusel or an apricot crisp is what it really is. Who thinks this is going to be good? I think it's going to be good.
I've really got a hankering for some Hattie B's after being in Kanara's channel.
Oh. Does that mean we're going this week sometime?
Well, I can probably hold out until Kanara gets here.
Kanara, when are you getting here?
If she gets here soon.
Robbie would like to go get some Hattie B's now. And he's willing to go downtown. He doesn't like going downtown, but he's willing to go downtown for some hot chicken.
What is stone fruit, Dana?
Fruit with the pits in it.
She says, yes.
Yeah, so like this is an apricot. So it's when it's got like this in it. So think peach, think plum, think apricot, think cherries. You've got that big seed in the middle as opposed to lots of little seeds like apples.
Any Mackinac peaches in there?
I do not have any Mackinac peaches. They only had a couple different kinds at the store. They had Texas peaches, and we had, was it a Laura Ann or something? It was a peach I hadn't heard of, and then I have some white peaches.
Did we have any of those during the Seinfeld episode we did?
The Mackinac peaches? We did not, because I think when we did that, it wasn't stone fruit season. So it's not like something you can go just get, like, you don't really find peaches at the store unless it's in season. Apples, you'll find year round. But not cherries. Strawberries, you'll find year round.
So what all did you make on that show? A big salad?
I did the
soup,
cookie, the black and white cookie.
Black and white cookie.
We did some stuff. Oh my goodness. Thank you, Kanara. Robbie's going to have to, he's also apparently now my valet. I don't have my hat. out here.
Oh, right, the hat. Hold
We
on.
have a hype train. Oh my gosh, we've got a hype train going. Whoop, whoop. You sure did. You started that hype train, Kanara. Thank you so much. Here we go. Choo-choo. Don't worry. We've only got several more dishes to go after this. Because we got to make a clafouti after this. And we're going to do cherries, which means we got to pit the cherries. See, Robbie's lucky because I really wanted to make a plum upside down cake, but I'm not going to do that. Oh, look, here we go. There's my hat. That's not on there that's going to fall right off my head. There we go. There's the hat. Whoop, whoop. Did you turn it on? Is it on?
It's on.
Turn off the kitchen lights. Maybe we can see it better. Can you guys see the lights on the hat? Dun, 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 dun. I feel like singing. Rocky does not feel like singing. He's very upset over there. All right, I'm going to cut these really thin because they're not super, super ripe. They're ripe enough. I'll put some. Oh, Kanara, thank you for that gift sub to Mega Bites. Holy cow. That is so sweet of you. Here we go. You thought it was a lampshade? Kind of. It's a cowboy hat. This was one of my purchases at TwitchCon last year. I wonder what they'll have this year that I will needlessly spend money on. What do you think it'll be, Robbie? This is even numbered. I think this is number 239 out of 250 hats. They did white hats and black hats, and they only did 250 of each. So, you know, I don't want to miss out. So let me spend more money than I really need to spend on a hat that's got fringe on it. It's all good. It's all good.
Oh, maybe they'll have a limited edition horse you can buy.
Oh,
That would go well with the
a
hats.
horse?
Yeah.
You know, we might.
Of course. Come on.
If we decide to build that house, we'll be really near some stables.
That we can borrow?
You rent. You
I see what you're saying.
board your horse there. Could be next to my friend Melissa's horse. So if you've been with me for a while, a long time ago, back in I think the first year we were streaming, I had my friend Melissa came over and we made the Milk Street birthday cake. I've been trying to get her back, but how dare she have a job and 2 kids that she has to take care of.
Right, we need
and
desserts.
not have time. So
Delicious desserts.
TwitchCon be getting wild. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited because Kanara, you're gonna be there, right? Right? All right, so what do we think we want to, I want to actually do, let me try that again. I know I want to do some lemon juice with the apricots. What other spices would be good with the apricots, do you think? Could we do
Cayenne
something
pepper.
different? No cayenne pepper. We definitely need sugar, so I need to toss these with some sugar.
What about jalapenos? Allspice.
No.
You can't go to TwitchCon, your wallet told you no?
Oh,
Yeah.
your wallet is so... Allspice, maybe. Maybe allspice. Oh, tangine? That might be good. Do you think cinnamon would go with it? I mean, I'm all good with cinnamon. My streusel will have cinnamon. So I was just thinking of something different to put with this, with the apricot. So I'm going to put a little lemon juice. And I'm going to try not to, this hat is not on my head very well. Robbie needs some work as a wardrober. So,
I'm sorry, Dave.
the handsome too. Thank you for that follow. Any warmer spot? Okay.
I think I have perfectly placed it on your head, by the way.
I think that you're wrong. All right, so I'm going to show you how I usually make a crisp. I don't really measure anything when I do one of these. Shocking, I know. So we'll do a little cinnamon, and we'll do a little, what is this here? It's coriander. Where is my nutmeg? Oh, where has my nutmeg gone? All right, I don't know where my nutmeg went. It's disappeared. Ooh, you know what I do have? I think this is my sweet. I made a sweet, so this has got a little bit of everything. This has got nutmeg and cinnamon and some cardamom and some, what else is in there?
Applesauce.
Allspice. No applesauce. So I think that'll be good. And then I'm going to put some butter with that as well. Is that going to be enough? I think we're going to throw some blueberries in there too. Beef it up a little bit.
But not with beef.
But not with beef. That is correct.
Because you're in Texas, so you have to clarify. And you have a cowboy hat on.
And I have a cowboy hat on.
Thank you guys so much for that hype train.
Hey, we so appreciate the hype train. Thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna put that over here. Let's turn it off. Look, I'm hiding from the camera. You said I couldn't hide from the camera.
I think we still see you.
I can only do that because Rocky is done with his food. He decided to attack things earlier. He's really not a good boy sometimes. All right, let's get some blueberries in there.
It's almost like he's earned the Velociraptor.
He heard his name. He heard his name. I think tangine is a very interesting. I bet that would be really good to do with apricots. We'll have to do that sometime and try that. All right, now we're going to, don't spin your knife around and almost stab yourself. Please. So, we don't, you know what? Somebody may be thinking about walking in front of our house, and ergo Rocky is out of sorts. All right, so now let's make the streusel. And I need another bowl for this. Let me wash this bowl real quick. Where's my other bowl? Is it? I think it. I'm missing a bowl, Robbie. Any ideas?
Probably where the knife is.
That's not good news. So streusel. Now, if I've got apples, I like to chop up a bunch of pecans. Chop them up really fine, and I like that to be part of my streusel. And this is what we would call a crisp. A crisp. There you are. Hi, I missed you. I'm in a weird mood tonight. You may have noticed. So, in order to get the amount of flour that I'm putting in there, I usually will do that when I'm doing apples. I think with this, we'll just use flour. So we'll put some flour in here. And again, you'll notice I'm not really measuring this that much. And I'm gonna have to use my hands again with the butter because, again, I don't know where.
That sounds delicious.
What sounds delicious? Oh, peaches and ice cream, a little peach schnapps. Yes, yes. I don't know. It's like we share DNA or something. And then you can put. I normally will put some cinnamon in here, but I'm going to use this spice mix because I've got it. So we'll do that. And we're going to mix that up. I'm using all the things because we still have to make a clafouti before I can start dinner. I think dinner won't take that long. Compotes are super easy. Oh my gosh, gosh. Robbie, words are hard for me. Hey, Andrew, welcome in. Oh my gosh, we've got all the good people today. So, Andrew, go give Andrew a follow. Another food and drink streamer right here in Texas, like me, just further south, and is an awesome, just chill vibe, and you get the thing. So, welcome in, Raiders, and thank you so much for bringing all of your family here. Thanks to Kanara, thanks to Hippie. We love you all. So we are making, so that if you know, it's stone fruit season, right? So we're making some things. I have got a cobbler in the oven. We're gonna see how it turns out. It's not my recipe because I was too lazy to go find mine today. We're gonna see how it turns out. Now we're making a crisp. Yes, a crisp.
And Andrew, what were you up to today?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for reminding me. My tech guy is so good. And I'm here with
I'm not the
Bobby.
one trying to make like 5 desserts over
I know. You're a terrible cook. You burn water. I mean, I've watched people do it. My dad once burned frozen peas. That takes some talent.
That's skill.
Who is Kanara? I know. Who is Kanara? All right. We're going to take some butter. I'm not measuring any of this, guys, because when I make a crisp, really you're making a streusel topping. So put some flour, put some sugar, put some seasoning in there, and then take some butter. And if you've got a pastry cutter, great. I have one. Don't know where it is. So we're just going to chop up this butter, and I'll use my fingers to do my best to make a little streusel topping. And then we're going to put this on the top of our fruit and get that in the oven with our cobbler. So there we go. Oh, you found Andrew. Who's here in Texas, Kanara? Right here in Texas. So,
It'll be an insurance nightmare.
if anybody's here from Andrew's, what did Andrew make tonight? Because I did not see. I saw him on, but didn't get a chance. We were setting up in the kitchen. So I didn't get a chance to head over there. All right, so we're going to do this with our hands. And again, I prefer a pastry cutter because it doesn't warm up the butter. But we want all of this yumminess to get incorporated. And I will sometimes make my strudel with just like chopped up pecans and sugar and butter and cinnamon. We might want to put a little salt in here. Can you put a little salt in here? Salt makes sweet things even better too. Don't forget your salt in your sweet stuff. All right. Oh my God.
More?
Yes, more. More. Oh my gosh. This is why it's taking longer. When he is eating dinner at 10 p.m., you remind him that he decided to be a smart aleck.
Queso burritos.
Oh my gosh.
You got any left over? I could maybe head over.
We'll drive down.
Dana's not going to feed me until like 10 o'clock tonight.
Might be able to get there before I'm done. For sure.
Texas isn't that big of a state, Dana. It's fine.
4-hour drive there, 4-hour drive back.
If we're lucky.
I mean, we don't know what, we still have trees down up here from all of the wind and rain we got. All right. There we go. We're gonna put all of that. Now, if I added oats into this, technically, that is a crumble. I think it should be the other way around. And in some places it may be. But my favorite, I love Dutch apple pies. I probably don't need all of this on here. I like Dutch apple pies because I like the streusel tops. Maybe that's the German in me. I don't know. Give me some streusel.
Does it taste better if you're wearing your lederhosen?
Maybe, but my lederhosen are about a 3T size, so I really can't fit into them anymore. Maybe my pinky fingers. So nice. Oh, thank you. All right, let's see here. Here we go. I'm going to wash my hands. We're going to get that in the oven. I actually, I didn't put any butter with the, I just did the sugar with the apricots. And now they're underneath there. Well, hopefully they've got enough, because a lot of times I'll put, like with the apples, I'll toss a little melted butter with them as well. And I didn't do that this time. So we're going to see how it turns out. We're making little mini desserts because I'm making 3 of them. Although the clafouti will be, oh no, this is going over the edge.
Are you burning things, Dana?
I'm not burning anything.
It sounds like you're burning things.
Can I tell you, one of the houses Robbie and I looked at this weekend, it had commercial ovens in the kitchen. It's still not a prep kitchen like last weekend.
Which means I didn't get to see
Still
her face of
considering it.
pure joy, which I still haven't seen just for me, by the way.
Prep kitchen! He just doesn't remember. It's fine. All right, clafouti. I'm gonna put this in here as extra streusel. If you have any extra streusel left, save it for something else. I don't need that yet. All right, cherries. Now, if I were making, I need to wash these. I could leave the pits in these and just take the stems off. Robbie would kill me. He won't probably even eat this. This one I need a recipe for, though, because I haven't made it that often. So you can see all the plums. Yeah, we've got plucots. So these are plucots here, and these are plums. So I'm going to try and make a sauce with the white peaches. We'll see how that turns out, because they may not be quite as ripe as I would like them to be. All right, Rocky's going away because he can't behave. All right, recipe. Oh yeah, I had a Julia Child's recipe for this. That's the one we're going to make. Yeah, we're looking at houses. We were doing it just for fun, and then we decided that, Robbie has a house and I have a house, and while Robbie is here now and he's got renters in his house, we were like, we should probably own a house together. So yeah. Yes, Rainier cherries. So good, so good. And Miss Erin, everything is on one floor in the houses we're looking at. So I know we're going to toss it with we'll have sugar and all the good things. I'm going to use Julia Child's recipe for clafouti. But let's wash these first. Oops. Without losing any.
Dana might just host some people in the new house for parties and whatnot.
I might get what? What might I get?
You might be hosting people and parties and whatnot.
I mean, that's why I like some of the houses we're looking at, because they are houses to entertain in. Because it's not like we need space for kids and stuff, but we want space for all the big kids, our Twitch friends and things like that. So, yes. Buy it.
Should we set up a Twitch goal?
You guys want to help us? We're actually looking at building one. So it's a whiles away. If we decide to go that route, we're still looking at next summer. But it's super exciting. And you can blame Pantry Elf for this, because we just went out for fun Pantry Elf was doing an open house someplace, and we decided to just surprise her and go by. And when we looked at the house that she was at for the open house, we were kind of like, actually, this house is great. It just was on a busy street. And she sent us some other properties, and then we were kind of like, you know what? You know what? Let's have a place. So Kenara, one of the houses we looked at had a prep kitchen. So it had a kitchen behind the kitchen. So you had 12, count them, 12 gas burners. Crazy. So yeah, it's going to be in the Dallas area. It'll just be further north than where we are right now. That's what we're looking at. Weekend party hosting. It's actually not too far where Wade and Nikki are. And Pantry Elf. All of them. Our money would go further in Ohio. Now, Miss Sarah Lane, if you could get it to not snow in Ohio. Maybe.
12 gas burners indoors?
Uh-huh. How many webcams would that be? A lot. A lot. Yeah. So, and Robbie's like, there would have to be a camera in the prep kitchen. Never mind that it's a small fortune to add that feature into that was the model home.
I mean, I can just imagine not just the room itself, but all the appliances in there and
Yeah.
shelving.
Cabinets. I'm surprised. Some of these things, it's like butler pantry. Do you want cabinets? Those are extra in your butler's pantry. I'm like, what's the point of a butler's pantry if you don't have cabinets in it? That doesn't even make sense.
Listen, Dana, I already tamed a squatch. I can't do all the miracles.
All right, that's not done yet. So we're going to put another.
Megabytes will come be the sous chef.
Nice. Would love it.
Is there even a butler? that
That will
be
just
one of my
become a
roles.
new role for Robbie.
Dinner service will be at 6:30, ma'am.
Not if I'm cooking.
Penny and Ethel change careers.
Well, Megabytes, maybe we'll get you over here and you can cook over here with me one night. I love collab streams. I love cooking together.
Or just hang out and enjoy some good food and not necessarily put our guests to work, Dana.
Well, that's no fun. I mean, I put Kenara to work and Darth to work. Don't I need to put
You almost killed Kenara.
I mean, Teeds
With all the
even
peppers.
came all the way over from Australia. I made Teeds work.
I can definitely make you a beverage or two. And one of them might be okay.
You'll be the in-house medical care provider. Excellent. Robbie will work.
What would my name
It has a
be
wine
as
bar in it,
butler
too.
in Tux? What would that
Well,
name be?
actually, that's not the one with the prep kitchen, doesn't. The one with the butler's pantry has a wine bar. That's what they're calling it. I'm like, and I would ask questions such as, so is it temperature controlled? And they're like, no. And I'm like, so why is it enclosed and why is it a wine bar that's enclosed?
Because.
And he's like, you're asking me all these really hard questions to answer. And I'm like, yes, I am. You want the wine cell? Well, that's the thing, Kenar. I said to him, I was like, so, because you know the model homes, they do upgrades and stuff. And I'm like, so does this wall exist? And they go, no, it's glass. And I said, so you're calling this a wine cellar? There's no wine storage in it. And I'm like, why would your wine bar, I guess it's called a wine bar, why would your wine bar not have wine storage? It does have a little wine fridge in it, but it's little, and I don't know if it comes or if that was just the model, but I'm just like, that doesn't make sense. Like, it needs to have some place to keep wine, and it needs to be at least kind of temperature controlled, right? You don't have a lot of wine, but you want to say, let me just go down to the cellar. We don't have cellars here in Texas, so you have to go, let me go check the wine bar, see what's there.
I think 2 qualifies as a wine cellar. It's a cellar with wine. Done.
You only need 1 bottle. Apparently my parents then had a wine cellar because they had like 6 bottles
I think that counts.
in the basement. That count as a wine cellar? So you can say wine cellar, yeah. You can totally do that. We have a little more wine than that. We don't have a
I
ton.
think in Texas it'd be more likely you would have like a wine shelter.
A wine shelter. Is it your tornado shelter too?
Yeah, except you keep wine in it. So
Make sure it stands up to the elements. We did look, what was that one house? Did we look at one house that had like a storm shelter in it?
yeah, it was in the garage.
It was so weird. Oh, was that the weird house?
I think so.
We looked at this one house that was just really weird. And we were just like, no. Have you ever walked into a house and just gotten bad vibes the second you walked into it? That was this one. Robbie raises his hand.
Yes.
Robbie. Wine cellar. You make it look full, but you don't have the money to make a real wine cellar. So, I have, speaking of wine, I had that's more your income. No, it was not a cheap house, but you know what it did have that was really cool? I talked about this last week, I think. What it did have is it had a tandoori oven outside, which was kind of cool. But I'm like, but why is the rest of the house so weird? Like, it's one of those houses that feels like a maze downstairs. At one point, I'm like, where are we? I don't even know where we are.
Well, I think when you discussed about being a food and drink streamer, I think you could have gotten a discount from the sellers on the house, just that like you might use that on
Yeah, they were
stream
like,
and be
oh, the
excited
sellers
about
would love it if you would appreciate the fruit trees and the tandoori oven, because I almost threw those cherries away.
Because I think they were worried somebody's just going to rip it right out.
Yeah. Well, it had the marble
Right, ready
that
to
you could put
replace
on
it.
top of it and hide it. But I was like,
It
I
might
would
have
use
been
it.
haunted. We weren't in there long enough to find out, but it might have been. It was something.
There was a weird add-on on the second floor, and she's trying to sell it to us as like, oh, they homeschooled and
Like if the aunt and uncle had been nice enough to make an addition for Harry upstairs, that's what it felt like.
yes,
Harry
like
Potter, by the way. Not
Harry Potter's under the stairs. Why did I put that over here? I still need it. And it was made poorly. It didn't. It only had 2 small skylights in these 2 rooms that were connected by like 4 or 5 stairs. And there was just a tiny, tiny bathroom in there. And they said, oh yeah, their son, this was his room. And then they homeschooled him in this office. And I'm like, it looks like a prison cell.
Hey,
With
he had
Sonic.
Sonic the Hedgehog on the wall,
With Sonic the Hedgehog on the wall.
keeping him company.
Like, who is Sonic's archenemy?
Dr. Robotnik.
It's like it was the place made for Dr. Robotnik to live when he's caught. I don't remember his name. Is it illegal? I don't think it's illegal. I think as long as you tell people it's haunted, or if they say it's haunted, you can go, I never noticed.
I'm sure there's people that pay extra for that.
There are. People like to go and stay in haunted places. You would have been like, time to go. We were nice enough to look through the whole house. And we left and we're like, no. No. In case you're looking megabytes, it's in Trophy Club. Don't buy the haunted house in Trophy Club. We will not be buying the haunted house in Trophy Club. And honestly, we weren't really looking there. That was just for fun.
You'll live in the small room.
You'll live in the small
It was pretty
room.
warm up there, Darth.
It didn't feel air conditioned very well in there, and it was not only up the regular flight of stairs, it was up extra stairs.
It felt like the sort of thing that wasn't done with any sort of permitting.
That's what it did. It felt like it was not, like it was
I
sketchy.
can hang some drywall and paint and put some carpet down. Let's do this. What's the worst that could happen? We don't need structure underneath.
I
Or,
hear you. Stop it.
windows in case there's a fire.
I know. If there was a fire. Oh, guess what I found, Robbie?
Darth is claustrophobic. Did you find the knife?
It was stuck to the pot holder.
Well, there's something you don't see every day.
I don't think this is done yet. We're going to put it in there for another 5 minutes.
Of course it's not done yet. Then I could eat.
No, it's too hot. You got to let it cool down, and you have to have dinner first. But if you were over here helping me with cherries,
I don't think that would make it cook any faster.
well, I haven't even started the clafouti.
That's what ice cream's for. I agree. That'll cool it down real good.
It'll just melt.
Exactly.
It'll still melt later, just not quite as much.
Ice cream does sound good. Maybe I'll just make myself a big bowl of ice cream and forget dinner.
What did you do with all the chips that were over there?
I put them away so I wouldn't eat them all.
Well, they were over there for snacks. Did you want to show people your Texas-shaped tortilla chips? We have a good grocery store chain here in Texas, and it's just now hitting the Metroplex area called H-E-B. And they have Texas-shaped tortilla chips. Oh, he's over there eating them. He's making...
The bad ones.
Yeah, he's getting rid of the bad ones for you guys. It's very thought. Do we need all the cherries? I don't know. I didn't look at the recipe. I should do that, shouldn't I?
Oh, camera. Well, how did you get on the other page?
I didn't touch anything. You must have done it. How many cherries do I need?
You're way over there.
2 generous cups. Does that look like 2
Does that
generous
look like
cups?
Texas?
All right, we'll put the rest of these away. That looks like 2 cups of cherries.
What about that one?
We'll just put more blueberries in if we need to. You love that grocery store. I know.
That one?
It looks like an overweight Texas. Yep.
And they taste even better because they're shaped like Texas.
I know.
Would you like one to try? To prove that it tastes better?
Mmm. Tastes so different. I like how this says lightly butter a medium-sized flame-proof baking dish. Why am I setting it on fire? I'm going to do it in a cast iron pan.
There we go. Totally Texas. Not perfect.
Actually, you know what?
Brownsville got cut off here.
It's just Brownsville. It's fine. I'm going to heat the pan up a little bit since cast iron takes a while to heat up. All right, so what do I got to do next? I'm going to read the whole thing. Because how many times have I been here and missed something? All right, so we're going to do milk, sugar, eggs, vanilla, salt, and flour in a blender. We're not going to use a blender. We're just going to whip it up until smooth and frothy. Pour the batter into the baking dish. Turn on the stove and burner to low and set dish on the top. Remove from the heat. Spread this has berries. We're using cherries. Place in the center of the oven. Okay.
Oh, and
So because these aren't as sweet, we probably toss these with a little sugar.
And Kanara, just in case you couldn't read Dana's shirt.
Either you love the beach or you're wrong. All right. All we did was toss some fruit in here before. We're going to do a little extra sugar.
And earlier Dana added to that I'm wrong.
I'm going to take Robbie to the beach. He keeps his tennis shoes on.
You can't prove
and
that.
socks. And I can because I have pictures of it.
No, those are totally fake, photoshopped.
Okay.
Suki's
You're
like,
very
"You're
wrong. Well, you and Robbie will be very happy
Me
together.
and Suki will hang out then. The sand gets hot. It's gritty. It gets everywhere.
It's exfoliating. You are such a half glass empty kind of person.
Suki lives 20 minutes from the beach and never goes.
I'd be there all the time. Where am I talking?
I'm just going to change the camera to wherever you're not.
Such a pain.
Hey, Dana,
All
the
right,
oven's
I
making
keep-
noise.
Having to check the oven. Okay, this looks pretty good.
Careful, there might still be another knife attached to those.
I mean, I found it. Stop complaining. Whoops. That's why I put it on there. Timer off.
Can you imagine if there was a microwave above that other oven?
If there's what?
If there was a microwave above that other oven.
That'd be terrible. All right, here we go.
Oh, you would like a camera change?
I would. There we go. That's our
That looks
peach and
pretty good.
blueberry cobbler. It feels a little jiggly at the moment, but we're gonna set that aside. Let it cool down some. Meanwhile, we're gonna make our batter for our clafouti. If I find I need to wash another pan again, or pot, or bowl, one of those things, Robbie. It's a something.
It's definitely something.
We probably
Excuse
could have
me,
made
ma'am.
it without
May I
worrying.
come over for some cobbler,
Who's coming?
Armand official?
Okay, perfect. We've got plenty because we've got cobbler crisp and now we're going to make a clafouti. I think it'll be great when it cools. I'm used to it like having more space in between the things, but this was pretty runny as far as a batter goes. And I don't know if that's because I halved the recipe and maybe I didn't half everything properly because I've been known to do that, Robbie.
You would never accidentally do that when making, say, eggnog, Dana.
No, never, never. You use your counter oven. Yeah, we need to go floating sometime.
Have we not done that?
Galveston
We
is
sort of did, but not in a real river.
so introvert Latina. Let me tell you, I grew up in Houston, so we used to go to Galveston, but this was back when there was a real problem with the oil spills and stuff. So we always had to bring baby oil with us to get the tar off of our bodies. So yeah. Oh, I make eggnog every year. So if you haven't seen that, there will be an eggnog episode again this
I
year.
was going to say, and there's still some in the fridge.
I think we still have some. Maybe go pull that out. Let's see it. Is Robbie going to help me? Nobody's paid to have him help me. So he ain't doing anything until somebody does that. Okay, I need 1 1/4 cups of milk. And then sugar and eggs, and we're gonna whip that up with some vanilla and salt, and then we're gonna add some flour. Am I adding all of that together? Oh, all of it is going together.
I went ahead and made the executive decision that this can get thrown away.
Sure,
Because
because it's gross. I am gonna get the blender out, everybody. I've decided that's the easiest way to do this.
there you go.
I do it for crepes.
Who wants some?
So we have eggnog. This is eggnog left from Christmas. It's still good.
Open up.
You made eggnog cake. Eggnog cake is really, really good. You're not going to open it and taste it? Isn't that what the bartender's supposed to do? All right. Plug in my blender. Let's measure some ingredients into here. So 1 1/4 cups of milk. I'm using 2% because if I buy whole milk, Robbie won't use it. But if I buy 2%, I think he will. He buys water milk. My mom used to buy water milk, skim milk, and margarine. So while she was great at cooking, that was not good stuff.
No?
No. All right, I need 2/3 of a cup of sugar. Where did my cups go? Anybody? There they are. See, you had them. So we got 2/3 cup sugar. There we go. Put that back over here, out of the way. Look at him doing some dishes. Am I not lucky? I'm lucky I have somebody who hates to see dishes in the sink. But can I tell you that I sometimes feel guilty because then I leave. I'll get to it today kind of person.
Sure she will.
I don't ever have to because you've always done them. All right, 3 eggs. Christmas in July, yes. Realizing the mess of the kitchen, that's why it's great to have somebody who hates to have a mess in the kitchen, and so they do the dishes. It's good most of the time. It does annoy me a little bit, like if we're having a dinner party and he gets up to do the dishes and leaves people, because I'm like, that can be done later.
Or now.
So I have to yell at him sometimes. Sit down. Oh, look, I've left the refrigerator open. He also hates that. Salt.
Just air condition the whole neighborhood, Dana.
I'm trying. All right, we're going to do a little vanilla. I'm not going to pour straight from the bottle because anybody who's watched this knows that I sometimes just... Oh, I need a tablespoon of that, so I do need more. That's probably pretty close. That's the worst part about cooking in general. And I didn't do it for a long time. I was the only person who did the dishes in the house. And then I met Robbie.
And her entire life changed.
My entire life changed. That is accurate. I'm not saying whether that's good or bad.
Right here.
Yes, you are.
Well, look at that. I think I'm done with dishes all of a sudden. I don't know how that would have changed.
All right. I'm going to mute myself so that you guys don't have to listen to the blender. All right. When I come back on, we'll talk a little about Food Fight while I'm throwing this together. Hey, was I successfully muted there, or did you guys hear all of that?
You probably heard it on my mic over there a little.
All right, here we go. So we're going to stick this in here. We're going to turn our cast iron on and pour this in here. We can see, oh, you know what? You can't see that because I suck sometimes. So I'll pour that in there. A little thinner than a pancake batter, this one is.
It never fails. Dana wants the camera changed when I'm doing dishes.
Always, always. So what we're going to do here, according to Julia Child, so pour batter. I was only supposed to do a little of that batter in there. Okay, well, I accidentally put more. See, this is why you need to read, and then you need to reread it. So it was only supposed to be a little bit for it to start cooking. So we'll throw the fruit in there in a second, and then we're going to stick it in the oven. So if you're doing this, put like a film in, like you're doing a really shallow pancake or a crepe, and then put the fruit in and pour the rest of the batter in. Oops. It'll be fine. It'll still be yummy. That's my whole point. My whole point with crisps, cobblers, buckles, clafoutis, all of these things, as far as baking goes, they're pretty forgiving when it comes to that. Spread berries. So once we do that, we'll throw a little, I think we've got sugar on the cherries already. This says to put a little sugar on the top, which probably caramelizes and is really good. It's a little crunchy. But we've got some sugar on our cherries, so I think that'll be fine. So everything is fine. Everything is fine, Robbie. I need to get my other pan out so that I can be ready to start making dinner before a mutiny happens here.
Too late.
So I just want this to start. It looks like, I don't know if you probably can't see this, but as I move it around, I can see there's a film on the bottom. Like when it goes up the sides, it's kind of clinging a little bit. I think that'll be good. And we'll throw our cherries in there. Let's even them out over here because I kind of clumped them everywhere. If Robbie were here, we would have waited about 10 minutes while he made sure all the cherries were perfectly distanced apart, like a spreadsheet rows. I don't know, I've got a few extra blueberries. Should we throw those in there, or is that not good? What do you think that? We'll just eat the blueberries? Thoughts? Blueberries are yummy. I could just eat them. I just put them in this bowl. We'll just eat them. He loves it when I keep giving him dishes, especially when he's almost done. It's his favorite. Let's get this out of the way. And let's get this in the oven and then start making some dinner. How's that?
Food?
I mean, I've been making food. What do you think all of this is?
Dessert that I'm not allowed to eat before food?
All right, how long do I need to put this in? Anybody? How long do I put this in the oven? Let's see. What do you say? 50 minutes. Oh, that's a long time. We probably should have done this one first.
Dana, you had one job.
That is the time stuff. Yes, I know. All right. I'm going to go ahead and set the timer for the 50 minutes. I'm going to check our crisp pretty soon. Why do we have all these names for all these different things that are so similar? I don't know. All right, let's clean up a little bit. So first I'm going to go ahead and get my peaches cut. before I get the pork chops out so we don't do any contaminating, and I'll get my green beans. We're just going to do green beans and pork chops. I think that will be plenty food. And we're going to see how well we can cut these peaches up because they're really a little less than ripe. So let me wash them off too before I start cutting them. Because apparently just having them in a paper bag for 5 hours isn't enough to ripen them up.
Who knew?
Who knew you should have them for a day ahead of time? I would have gone to the grocery store yesterday, but we were driving around and I didn't have my grocery list, so there was that. So these are white peaches that we've got. And we're just gonna make a quick compote out of these with brown sugar. And I think now I need to pull that recipe up. That one I do have a recipe for.
I have to laugh almost every time I hear Dana say something's gonna be quick.
You don't believe me?
Because I never believe her.
Ye of little faith. I cook these things quicker than you do.
If that's the bar, Dana, we're really in trouble.
All right. Toss with brown sugar. Okay. That's it. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't also butter going in the pan with them. What happened to the pot? Did you wash it and put it away?
What pot?
Oh, there it is. It's hiding. You have hidden it. Let's dry that baby off.
How fast would Rocky cook? It depends on what he's cooking.
If it's bacon, he'll eat it raw.
That's true. That'd be a really quick meal.
And he steals things, so you can't keep food anywhere.
What,
These
you
are
guys
so
don't
not
like
ripe.
Bacon tartare? Well, fine. All for me.
Luckily, he's never gotten raw meat off of the counter. He has gotten some things off of the counter. I don't know. I'm going to try to even get this off of the stone. I don't even know if we're going to be able to do that. Yeah, I did. I don't know if you guys can, though.
They can't smell it if that's what you're asking.
No. But I was able to get it off the stone, which is good. But it shouldn't be crunchy like that. So we'll go ahead and try this. It's not going to have a ton of flavor, I don't think. And I don't have any of the other. Oh, do I have one of the other peaches left? I've got that one. I can make that one look like a mess like the other one. So we'll do that and save
Nara
this.
says you should taste one.
I should taste one. It's a very subtle peach flavor. Right.
But yeah, going to the grocery store with a list is always a much better idea than being like, oh, that sounds good. Or worse, no list and going hungry.
Apple peaches. Yeah, they kind of look like apples, don't they? Hello, sussy boy. Welcome in. You put your list on your phone. I handwrite stuff. I've tried doing my list on the phone. I've even tried doing my calendar on my phone, especially when I had kids and I wanted everybody to have access to the same calendar, but I couldn't get anybody else to do it with me, and I really wasn't motivated. I prefer to handwrite it, so I always just put everything in my calendar and they could look at it whenever. I actually had a binder, and the binder had everything everybody was doing, and if there was anything they needed.
They were the peaches that said, can we be apples?
Can we be apples today? So these are just white flesh peaches. This one is not, so this one will not be white. We're just going to mix it up. I think this is going to have a stronger peach flavor, so hopefully it shares some of its flavor with the other ones. These are the Texas peaches I picked up today, so they're a little riper. But if you're going to be cooking, here's a pro tip. You want a pro tip, Robbie?
Am I ready for a pro tip?
Yeah. If you're going to be cooking with certain vegetables and fruits that aren't typically or always ripe at the grocery store and you're doing a stream, buy them the day or two beforehand.
But what if I get hungry before then?
Eat something else.
Like I have that sort of self-control.
You do. I've watched it.
Yeah, I typically have to go to the store and in and out for certain things. Tunnel vision, because otherwise it gets scary. There's a lot of stuff in those stores, Dana. I don't know if you've noticed.
That there's a lot of stuff in those
A lot
stores?
of food, a lot of options.
I know. That's what I love about it. I love it. Have I made? Yes, I do like cooking with pears. Those are also delicious. Not a stone fruit, though. Today is all about stone fruits and blueberries. So you do that. I use whatever piece of paper is available. Robbie laughs because he's like always looking for a pad of paper. And there's always pad of papers around, but he's like, which one has the things we need on it? Because I have like usually about 7 of them going at one time.
It's ridiculous, Kenara.
This is the creative mind at work. You should know this. We were talking once and Robbie was telling someone, said, Dana has like 8 million ideas. I'm never going to be able to do all of them. And I was like, oh, see, what you don't understand is creative people throw 8 million things out into the world, but they don't expect to do 8 million things.
Just 7.
Or 10.
That's worse.
That's worse.
Kenara's like, right?
I like to throw things out there. There's still ideas I have from years ago that I would love to do, and other ones have completely flown away and aren't around anymore. But it's kind of like the way I deal with anything. Like if I'm angry at somebody or hurt or upset about something, I give it a day or two, and if I'm still feeling that way, I'll actually talk to them. But a lot of times it's like it just hurts for a day, or you're angry for a day, and then you're like, you know what, not that big of a deal. Actually, I had a client, couple, and they laugh because they fight over things like pizza and stuff like that. I don't want this in here. I want to put this in a...
But you worked so hard to find that pot, Dana.
Did I? I think doing it in here is going to be better. And I really want to put a little butter in there too to soften these peaches up more.
Gives you time to dig the hole in the backyard.
In case that is needed, yes. And contact my friends who have said that they would be there if I needed to hide the body. That they would show up.
Sometimes with Dana's gluten-free pizza, it just makes me sad. It looks like a pizza. It's got toppings like a pizza.
Some of them are good, though.
And then I eat it, and I'm just like,
Some of them taste
why?
pretty good. Some of them taste pretty good.
yes, Dana. Some of them taste pretty good.
You've eaten the ones from DeLuca, and I know you prefer the gluten ones, but you will eat the gluten-free ones.
She does have a knife, that's true.
So different. Like these are slicing like apples, and this is slicing like a very sad peach.
See, Chad, that's where I run into problems. I just don't learn from my mistakes.
This is true.
This is why I apparently owe her a pool, even though I have 10 jobs on this stream.
I also have 10 jobs on the stream. Creative person. Oh, food fight. Let's talk food fight because I said I was going to talk food fight, didn't I? So food fight, for those of you who are new in here and aren't familiar with it, Darth Verbaka, who may still be in here, and I host a bracket-style tournament. So people are one-on-one against one another, and we judge them on creativity, plating. They have to pick ingredients. Each of them pick an ingredient, and they both have to use it. So they get judged on that. They get judged on a wheel spin. So we spin a wheel, and it could have something like rolled or layered, or it could have something like childhood favorites, or school lunches, which Kanara had. Kanara had school lunches, and she came from the School of Hard Knocks.
She did.
Which, honestly, I'd like that one because that one had vodka.
We were told to remember that. She came from the School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah. So, and then they have 90 minutes to cook. Chat can sabotage them. The money that they use to sabotage them is donations to their charities. We've raised over $3,500 so far this season. We have one more to go. We have our finale. It's supposed to be Tuesday. But Chef Steve against Eat at Dad's, and Chef Steve lives north of Houston, which is the last that is getting any electricity back. So we don't know if Chef Steve will have electricity and be able to stream. If Chef Steve is unable to stream due to circumstances, then Darth and I will compete. Oh, actually, we're just cooking. We're just cooking. We're not competing. So, I need this to go into a bowl and toss it. With some brown sugar. We're going to do brown sugar with this. And then set it aside. Anyway, and then we will do Steve and Eat at Dad's finale the following week. So, we're hoping that Steve's good to go on Tuesday, but Darth and I will probably cook some other time together and do the same thing. But no competing. But you can still sabotage us and we'll still raise some money. And we're going to use ingredients that the competition, the competitors had to use. Whoops. There we go. Dana's making a mess.
Hey, Dana, I don't mean to alarm you, but I think that butter might be melting in the pan.
Uh-oh. What shall we do?
It appears to be melting at an alarming rate.
What shall we do?
I think it'll be funny, though, because I could see people sabotaging Darth and just being like, yeah, just don't talk.
Why? Darth has interesting things to say most of the time. All right. So basically, this is going to kind of be like we're making applesauce to go with our pork chops. You know? All right.
I'm not muted.
Huh? Is Robbie muted? I don't know. Are you muted, Robbie?
No.
You need to learn. I totally get it. I totally get it.
If Kanara makes dinner before
feed,
you...
You gotta feed the mustache man.
If Kanara makes dinner before you, I'm going over there.
I'm working on dinner now. All right, so we got that going. We're doing a very basic pork chop.
Hey, Darth, I think it's just because Dana's not quiet.
Darth isn't quiet either.
He's quieter than you.
No, he's not. It's a damn lie. All right, I'm going to stick these other fruits over here. We have lots of fruits. We need to be eating fruits every day. So we're going to sear these pork chops. We'll see how they do. Oh, I need to check the crisp in here. That looks pretty good.
See, all these desserts I'm not allowed to enjoy before dinner.
There's our
Look
crisp.
at that.
Looking good. I need to get, let's see, where can I put this? We'll put that over here. And then I need to make green beans too. And I've got a bag of green beans. We're just gonna be really, really lazy. I've got these washed, ready to use green beans. You know what I'm gonna use? You know what I'm gonna cook those in? This other pan.
And in the kitchen right now, guys, it smells really good too.
Smells like
I
fruit
just want to enjoy some dessert
and sugar.
with some ice
This isn't
cream.
gonna be big enough. I'm still not using that, Robbie.
It's now twice she's rejected that pork pot over there that I've washed for her.
I can't make up my mind. I just can't
we
make
have
up
to tie
my
you up because
mind.
you'd be eating. It might come to that. We'll get some other food in here soon.
All right, I need to move this down there.
You guys don't get to look at the dessert anymore. Sorry, she has moved it off screen. It's like musical chairs on the stove right now.
It is. It's exactly like that.
So Dana, the
Yes.
rule is if I take pictures of the food, I can eat. Can I take pictures of the dessert and eat?
No. I mean, you can take pictures of it,
That was
but
a
you
really quick no.
can't eat.
Could you humor me and pause for a second?
no.
Ugh.
Drive to In-N-Out. We have an In-N-Out actually here. We have an In-N-Outs in Texas now.
When they first opened, the lines were ridiculous.
Yeah, same with Portillo's if you're from Chicago. Ridiculously long. And I'm like, I used to eat Portillo's when I lived in Chicago, and it's good. It is not sit in line 30 minutes waiting for a hot dog good, in my opinion. I like eating them, but I would not sit in line for 30 minutes for it. Same with In-N-Out. It's good. My favorite In-N-Out story, some of you may have heard this before. Once staying very bougie, we got in for free, so don't think we afforded this, was staying at Four Seasons. And we went out to go get In-N-Out. We got the little hats and we brought our In-N-Out back and sat in the bar and had martinis.
Because who doesn't enjoy a good martini with their In-N-Out,
With
right?
an In-N-Out burger. It was awesome.
Is that what I've been doing wrong? Why I think the In-N-Out was just okay? I didn't.
You didn't have a martini with it. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
now
it.
I know. Nobody told me. For the record, I don't need a good martini to enjoy Whataburger.
I mean, Whataburger's
For what
also
that's worth.
is also okay. Yeah, martinis make. Thank you, Araman official. Thank you. Martinis make everything be. What would my reaction be if he started eating the cobbler with his hands? He probably wouldn't because he doesn't like things that are really hot. All right, so we're gonna have to do two of these at a time.
Palate.
So we're gonna have to do two of these at a time. These are pretty thick. These are probably gonna have to go into the oven for a minute or two. And I'm gonna put some butter in this pan too, so we get some nice caramelization. And I should have done that before I put them in. I know. But better late than never.
Yeah, there's some people that swear by Whataburger. I think it's mainly the non-native Texans that are like, yeah, it's okay.
You know, we get tied to those things that have nostalgia to us. Like they taste better, right? What was I watching the other day? I was watching something, And they were talking about how, like, you know, we want our grandmother's dressing or our mom's this, and sometimes, like, for the holidays and things, and sometimes other people are like, okay, you know, but for us, we're like, oh my God, I love this, because there's something nostalgia for things makes it taste better. I mean, unless, you know, your mom or dad was cooking hockey pucks for dinner. Raising canes, a lot of people like that. I love homemade cooking, but I also, puppy camp. The puppy is put away, Elsa, because he's been a bad boy.
It's all right. I'll rest.
All right. We're going to get some thyme in here. Maybe not. I usually do rosemary with this. Okay, I have to go cut some thyme. So you enjoy this for a minute. I got to go out to the garden and get some fresh thyme here. Hello, Fallen Age. What did Rocky do? He was
Crazy.
being
Puppy camp.
annoying.
See if this wants to work. Rocky. Say hi to Elsa.
Can you say hi? Because then we could make $1 million with the dog who talks. But you won't do it, will you? You don't want us to make $1 million. You like chicken? Chicken's good. So what's funny about the Whataburger down in Houston is that, the
Pork chop cam.
the utility company was so bad about letting people know where there was power and where there wasn't, that Whataburger was like, we can do this. Hey, these are the stores that are open. So that's where the power is. Oh. All right, get some butter underneath there. Come on. We're getting brown. Let's get some brown on there. And I'm not going to be able to put all 4 of these in the oven, so I need to make sure I don't get these near our raw meat. Hi.
Hello. What are you making tonight?
We're making pork chops with a peach compote and some green beans, but we've also got cobbler crisp, and I'm making a clafouti that's in the oven.
That sounds like a dang good night.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
Everybody thought I was crazy, but I'm doing it.
Molly, you are crazy.
Whatever.
That's how you pull it off.
Creative people are crazy. I think this is going to be good. I can really smell the peach. I think having that one really ripe peach in there is going to help with the flavor of this. That probably can sit aside. And we'll stick this over here. And meanwhile, on this side, oh, look at that puppy. Let's get the other side done. So pretty. Bob's Burgers. To check what areas have power. Exactly, introvert Latina. Isn't that crazy? How can Whataburger's app be better at telling us where electricity is than the utility company down in Houston? I can't remember what it's called. City something or other. It's Encore up here. So, Mr. Meow Meow, oh my gosh, thank you so much for all of those gift subs to the Ethernai, Crazy Maine, Crazy Maine, Corey Ash, Odykins, and Venus Tranquility. Thank you so much. That was so thoughtful. They're looking good. They're going to have to go on this tray. Maybe I put the tray in the oven now. Nah, it'll be fine. Said they plan to have power to everyone by the 19th. Can you believe? It's only the 15th.
14th.
So 14th. Even worse. Well, I was talking to my sister-in-law. My brother lived down in the Houston. I was talking to my sister-in-law. Here, you want your Texas tortilla chips? Here. And she was saying that during one of the hurricanes, they didn't have power for 2 weeks. I think they were with me for about a week, at least for a few days. And it was terrible. They drove from Houston to my house, which is normally about a 4-hour drive if you're going the speed limit. And it took them 12 hours. And it wasn't until later that they opened up both sides of the highway to all go one direction. And she had to wait like an hour and a half at the gas station. So now she's like, hurricane? Put gas in the car. Fill all the cars up with gas. Get extra gas. Get some water. So, yeah. It wasn't good. It was not good. All right, that still needs some love on the other side. Take the love of the butter and the pan. I mean, it needed to be done. I mean, she didn't have power, and they had to go out and get food, so it was a good thing because my nephew, he still doesn't have power and is at the house with them. And he was out of gas, and he had to wait a half hour. So it's not really an unnecessary panic, if you know what I mean. Let's put a little more butter in the pan.
Butter makes everything better.
It sure does. They are legit. Yes. I forgot to salt the other side of this pork. We're going to salt this side. As soon as I wash, actually, I'm going to throw this away and then I'm going to wash my hands.
Don't worry, I'll watch the pork chops cook.
Okay. So I didn't understand when I was younger and first cooking why I had to dry meat off before I cooked it. But I now know that if you've got any kind of fat in the pan, the oil or the water is going to spatter with it. And also you won't get as brown, you might get more steaming. So you want to pat your meats dry before you cook them on the pan on the stove or fry them, for sure. So I remember, here's where Texas does panic when they don't really need to panic. I'm going to get a thermometer while I'm talking. They say, and this happened in Virginia too when I lived in Richmond, Virginia. There's a 5% chance we're going to get a 1/4 inch of snow. Did you like that?
I was going to say, you say that around here, and the grocery stores would be completely emptied out.
You can't even find a grocery cart? Yeah, these are going to have to go in the oven. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Spa day for the meat, for sure. Right, we want that. We want some of that.
You
Lovely
see
stuff.
one snowflake fall from the sky in Texas, and panic sets in.
Now, before I met you, and my brother and his family were coming up for Christmas, and it did actually snow, and they slid off the road and into the ditch. So it can snow. And because it doesn't really snow here in like Houston and Dallas and Alice, there aren't snow, they're not prepared for snow. Partly cloudy there. I just, I don't want to live any place cold in the winter anymore. I'll visit snow, don't need to live it. That's looking pretty good. Look at that.
I've had to shovel snow before, Dana. I've never had to shovel snow in Texas.
Well, no. But I've had ice this thick, like with a hammer. Can't get out of my garage, hammering ice and still not cracking. Crazy. You send pics? All right. I do have a Discord. And if you're going to watch Food Fight, that's where they'll post their final dishes. Which reminds me, Robbie.
She actually has all the things. We don't
I
make
need
that
to
very often.
make
Make what?
Food Fight channel? Is that what they're called? I don't know. I'm not the tech guy. Yeah. So you have your server, and each of those things is your channels in the server. Okay, got it. Love it. I do have socials. I will tell you, I can't get into my Instagram. Really need to spend a day doing that one day. Excellent. When are we planning on doing the next Food Fight? Good question. I need to talk to Darth about it.
Honestly, probably whenever you guys get 8 people.
I think we've got so much traveling coming up, it probably won't be till October.
I guess I was thinking that that's probably when you'd be ready anyway.
Yeah, so probably October maybe.
We're halfway to August already. It's crazy.
So Megabytes, it's going to be whenever Darth and I can get our shit together. That's when it's going to happen. Sorry, family-friendly people.
Darth has ruined you.
I know, it's all Darth's fault.
That or Kanara After Dark.
I forgot to watch Kanara After Dark.
It hasn't happened yet.
Oh, it hasn't? Okay, good.
You can still contribute. I'm not allowed to
Excellent.
as a mod.
What do you think, Darth? You think October's good? Is that a good plan? Gives us a couple of months to do the things?
Because right, September just wouldn't be able to happen.
I mean, September I'm
crazy.
out. Well, I'm out basically 2 weeks at TwitchCon, and then I'm in Mexico.
Sounds terrible.
I know. Everybody, I'm so busy. It's going to be so crazy.
So yeah, if anyone's interested in season 3 of Food Fight,
Let me
Darth
know.
or Dana know.
Let us know. All right, I'm going to stick these in the oven and let them come to temp. Oh, what in the world happened to my Flutie?
Has it kerfuffled you?
It's like a little piece of it said, I'm coming. Oh, wait.
Nope.
Okay, where am
Nope.
I? It's, and it's like, something's happened.
Pumpkin Fest Food Fight.
Ooh. Ooh. Do the holiday version, yes. You like steak? It's not steak, though. It's pork. So pork really needs to be brought. I don't like pork at what the United States says you need to cook it to.
It's very Alton Brown with them knocking on the door like, hello, you didn't cook that
Hello.
enough. That's
Cook it
not
more.
safe.
Cook it more. But I like it a little pink, but safely pink in the middle.
Which is why we use the thermometer.
Exactly. And meanwhile, while that's cooking, hey Robbie, can
Hey,
you make
Dana.
can you make a cocktail since we're just sitting around doing nothing?
And you guys thought there wouldn't be a beverage. What would you like?
I don't know.
Don't, no.
You're the
no,
bartender.
No.
You are the bartender.
This bartender takes requests.
Nope.
Okay.
Make something up.
Hey, chat. What drink should I make Dana since she's being
That
a
is an
PETA?
acceptable solution to your problem. Ask chat for help. That's what they're there for.
Pain in the butt is what a PETA is, which is also Dana's nickname for well-deserved reasons. Martini dry. Darth says water. He loves you.
Here's my
A
water.
peach Bellini.
I don't have any peach. A peach Bellini would be delicious. I just don't have enough peaches right now that are ripe enough to do that.
007.
I don't think I have all the ingredients for that. Could do a martini. What else? I don't.
You're about to get a water straight up. It's
Just
very
make
exciting
sure
as a
this is
bartender.
Off.
Sangria.
Oh, that's a whole big.
Like we could pretend, and I could just pour some wine.
We'll make sangria some. We'll make some sangria some night. Well, because it's not just wine, right? It's wine, and then you have to have another alcohol in it. So it's either rum or cognac or brandy or something in there, and then you got to cut up all the fruit, fake it. We have vodka, tequila. We have orange juice, grapefruit juice. I think there is cranberry juice in there. We've got a gazillion other kinds of alcohol. I'm out of Lillet Blanc. That's really one. I love a Vesper. A Vesper's so good. Mudslide. Oh my gosh, you guys are coming up with like the drinks that require very odd ingredients.
Mudslides are good though.
They are good. They're not really. A Moscow Mule. I think I've got. I have
You even have the
regular
cups for
ginger. Yeah. Why don't you do a Moscow Mule? We have
See, Suki, you thought you were all out of ideas.
ginger. We have ginger beer.
See if I can
So.
actually find everything.
They are so good. I got to see if I've got limes. I know I have lime juice. So we're good on that. Oh, did I put lime juice and not lemon juice in something? I sure did. Oh, well.
The tiny one, Dana.
Huh?
You wanted the tiny
And the tiny, in the little bitty shot glasses? Okay. Trying to think of light, refreshing summer drinks. I appreciate that. Got to make 2. Mr. Meow Meow says you have to make 2, so bring 2 cups. It's probably behind you. You found it? Okay. That pretty blue alcohol, don't know what you do it like Hypnotic. Is that what you're thinking of, Hypnotic or blue Curacao? I do have blue Curacao. I do not have Hypnotic. I've been trying to be better about like using things up and not just going and buying a ton of alcohol because we're trying to be a little better.
So I found us the ginger beer.
Do you know what goes in
We
it?
have the fancy mug. But then she has these.
Did you get those from me or did Kelsey? I can't
did.
remember. You did. So Moscow
You
Mule
guys want her,
shots.
she wants this size, right?
Are you going to have one in the other size?
Sure, I'll make myself one in the... Because this is all I deserve, right, Chet? So I've been such a pain.
So you're not going, you don't want me to go get the other mug?
No.
The other copper one? Okay.
No. I'm a terrible bartender. What goes in this again?
Vodka.
Vodka.
Lime juice.
Hold on, she's listed off more than
And
one
ginger
thing.
beer. Oh my gosh! 5 more tier 1 gift. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Mr. Meow Meow. Karma Sternwood, just bugging in and out. Jamie 611, Kimmy Lee 2001, Mushroom Sauce. I like that one. Farmman DK. Oh my gosh. Thank you. I want Robbie to have one of these with me, but he won't.
I am.
He has to
I'm
work.
making it in the small one.
No,
So vodka.
Vodka, lime juice, ginger beer.
That's it.
That's it. I will cut you up some limes, but I've got the lime juice out for you.
The sun is attacking me.
The sun is?
And the fridge has decided to not cooperate.
Uh-oh.
Hold, please.
You should probably turn that off. Ah!
All right, take two.
Your line.
We'll fix it in the edit. It's fine.
Everything is fine. It's all fine. Don't worry. I forgot I didn't have.
So as you can see, the fridge worked on the first try. Do we have an actual recipe for this? 211. You're gonna make me Google?
He's the bartender. Why should I do his job? Why should I do your job? I'm gonna try this.
She's over there enjoying the food right off camera.
So good. So good. So good. These weren't trimmed as nicely as they said they were.
You're killing me, Dana. All these cameras and she's never on camera. I like how we can still see you on the other one. Yeah, that's not going to end up in a future trailer or anything.
There we go. Look, Introvert Latina got the recipe for you.
Oh, awesome.
Still looking it up.
A sixth of an ounce.
Midori. I think we do have Midori.
Or as Teeds TV says,
Freedom
a sixth
units.
of an Oz.
Oh, it's an Oz, yes. There's that too. All right, I need to check the pork chops before I overcook them. Don't let me forget. Oh my gosh.
Don't nuke the pork chops, Dana.
These are such beautiful pork chops. I forgot to trim them though, so they were pretty well trimmed. I probably would. They are at 127. So we're still good.
All right, this one's saying 2 ounces, a half ounce, and 4. We'll go with that because I don't want to measure out a sixth. And Dana's a lush. She needs 2 full ounces of
No, I
vodka.
do not. 1.5 ounces of vodka is absolutely fine. This is going to be a lot of sugar for me because it's not sugar-free. Well, that pork chop is almost done.
Oh, I left the vodka over there.
Uh-oh.
Why are you dropping stuff? She's breaking the thermometer, guys.
Oh!
Let's hope it was cooked because it's not going to work anymore.
Wait a second.
We really need a bar cam so I don't have to move the whole bar over here.
You know what? In the new house, we'll totally do that. How's that?
This new house is sounding really expensive.
Because we're going to need a butler
Yep, Tito's.
pantry. All right, 2 of these are done. I'm going to pull them out and let them rest. But what am I going to let them rest on?
I don't know why I poured it in that one.
Where have my
I'm
things
rusty,
gone?
Dana. I haven't made her a drink
It's
in a
okay.
while.
I'm all over the place.
That's what it is. Dana's rubbing off on me. Lime juice. Gonna do a half ounce. I wasn't really asking Sarah. I think I was just getting lazy of having to move everything over and everything back. And chat, don't add the ginger beer before you mix this up. That's my pro tip. I mean, if you really want to have fun.
If spilling everything everywhere is fun for you, which apparently you did that on your first stream, so it must be fun for you.
Oh, you still need ice over here.
All right, that can go over there. I don't want to overcook my green beans either. That's the
See if we can
spoon.
fill this up.
But some of these, like,
Nope, stop.
that's really hot. Oh my gosh, are you
my gosh.
kidding me, Mr. Meow Meow? What are you doing? Holy cow.
Cheers.
I mean, thank you for those gift subscriptions to Andrew Cooks and Jedi and Morphine Bear and DJ Skids and X Chrysalis, all people who are in here a lot. So, or not a lot, but some of them are. Thank you so much. I hope all of you are thanking Mr. Meow Meow.
Should we add the ginger beer and shake it?
If you want to clean the kitchen. Do you want to clean the kitchen?
Let's not add the ginger beer, guys. Let's not do that.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah,
Now-
I forget what I was making, if it was this or something else, where I legitimately forgot.
It was not.
And I was like, why won't
Oh.
this stay together as I'm shaking it? Why does it want to explode?
Because you didn't read the recipe where it said pour the carbonated stuff
I don't
over.
read.
You gonna put some of that in yours? You might have one too many ice cubes. You might have way too many ice cubes in there. Because you need some room for ginger beer.
Oh, I already added it.
Oh, and it's a shot, so it really shouldn't have ice in it at all.
You know what, Dana? I'm the bartender.
Reading is hard, Darth. That is true. Tip for the bartender. Look, you got a tip. All right. Did you squeeze the lime in there?
I didn't. It has lime juice in it already.
I know, but you still want to squeeze the lime in it.
Hold on. What did... Not
I
even
could
waiting
get
for
mint.
me.
Should we put mint in it? Because usually you have like a little mint sprig, right?
This looks even more ridiculous when I'm drinking it.
Let's see. Somebody gonna clip that.
Perfect.
So much fun.
This is sort of the opposite of the whole, like, one glass of wine joke. One Moscow Mule, please.
All right, I am going to check the meat again.
Oh, I see. The dog has shown back up now that there's alcohol.
Is that why you showed up? Because there's alcohol?
That or the pork chops are ready. All right, Dana. I finished mine.
Well, I'm not drinking mine that fast.
All right, I'll make myself another one then.
Okay, these are almost done in here.
You know, chat, at some point, I actually get to eat. Oh, hang on. I can get that. Hold on.
What are you getting?
Automod got something, but we can totally allow that. Da-da-da. Unless it's a clip of me, in which case I'll ban you. Just kidding. There we go. There's the clip.
Is it a clip of you?
Probably. Probably. All right, I added the vodka. Some chicken nuggets. I might have added a little bit too much lime juice. Sorry, not sorry. I see the no cocktails rule was lifted. It wasn't really a rule.
What rule?
No cocktails.
Why was there no cocktail rule?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. Oh, that's right. Shake.
We're just trying to be better. It's not no cocktails. Are you making yourself another one? Oh. Would you like a bigger mug?
No, I don't need a bigger. This is plenty big. Look how big that is. It's fine.
Okay. You do you. Ooh, that's hot. Don't do
I
that.
don't know if I'm muted or not.
Would you like me to go check? Is he muted? Or can you guys hear him? All right, we're gonna throw some butter in with our green beans. Now, one of my favorite things to do with green beans is actually to par cook them and then roast them in a pan so they get a little char on them. But today we're going just
All right, I'm back.
old school, easy. I hear you. I hear you. I need to put this up on the top.
Whoa,
What are you doing?
we're fine. We're fine. There, we'll fill hers
Did you
up
take a
just as
picture
much.
of the drinks? Do I need to go get some mint?
Oh my gosh, Dana.
What?
Hold please while I take a photo of the drinks. You know, she does ask a lot of me.
I'm very demanding. All right, there we go. There's our claflooty.
There. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm taking a picture so I can eat. Ooh, there's pork chops. That's totally plated well. Take a picture of that.
I
That's
haven't
fine.
plated stuff yet, doofus.
That's the rule. If I take a picture, I get to eat it.
No, it has to be
I've
plated.
captured
It has
images
to be
of
plated.
all the things.
Oh my gosh, it has to be plated.
All right, let's see if I can pick this up without spilling it. I might have overfilled. I did it. Ignore the other mess. That was actually from other stuff. Hey, John. Welcome in.
John! Hello!
So this is Dana's, and here's mine. Because Dana's mean.
All right, this is our cherry claflooty.
Hey, Kanara, you might not have to imagine it if I get my way.
Imagine what?
Walking around with a big fork and taking giant scoops out of everything.
We should get him a giant fork. What happened to those forks you put on your wall in the 80s? You'd have the giant fork and the giant spoon. What was up with that anyway?
There we go. They're the same size.
They use this in the movies. All right, are you hungry?
Pay no attention to the giant hand practically in the camera.
Can somebody give a shout out to John? All right. I got to feed 3 people here.
Well, Dana, I'm 2 ahead of you now.
You're 2 drinks ahead of me. All right. We're going to start with dinner.
Delicious,
We're going to
by the
start
way.
with dinner.
I guess I can get the bar out of your way. Since it sounds like she might be feeding me soon.
All right. Here we go. Look at these pork chops. I'm on the wrong thing. There we go. We're gonna do. I need to salt these green beans too. Hang on.
I'm very hangry, John. She hasn't let me eat the desserts before dinner.
I gave you tortilla chips.
Even Rocky's just like waiting.
I mean, you know, you could have helped me. All right, we're gonna do some green beans here.
But yeah, speaking of food fights,
Like-
season 1 winner in the house.
That is true.
Chef John.
So what would have been really good with this is some mashed potatoes, but I forgot to pick up potatoes, so we don't have mashed potatoes. So we're gonna do a pretty healthy thing here. Just green beans.
John, I just don't abide to those rules, but Dana made me.
I'm in charge of the food here.
Please don't argue.
All right.
Mom and Dad are fighting again.
Fighting's a pretty strong word. Disagreeing.
Rocky's
Trust
just
me, I'm a marriage and family
staring
therapist.
down
This is
those
okay.
pork chops, waiting, hoping. He's like, there is a 4th one, right? That's for me?
Can I tell you that doing this with a spoon is
Silly?
silly? There we go. Now, because we're doing stone fruit stuff, we're gonna throw some peaches off to the side.
Let
And on
Dana
top.
cook.
So here we go. We've got our peach compote kind of thing going here. I'm not going to win any awards with this plating, but it's okay. Because you know what? It's going to be delicious. There we go. So that's all of that. That's a mess. That's going to be fun to clean. All right. You ready?
Sure.
To taste this so that I can plate you up some other foods? And kiddo can come and eat their plate. We'll give, I don't care. Everybody gets a fork and a knife. Come pick a plate.
No potatoes?
No potatoes, no. No potatoes here.
Did you need another picture?
Yes. This is a picture that you can take and then you can eat. How's that? Does that sound like a good thing?
That sounds like a acceptable trade.
Okay. I'm just getting
I'll even get one of
plates out
each
for
plate
the
just in case.
other foods.
So which one's mine?
Whichever one you want. The one all the way to the right is the biggest pork chop.
This feels like a trap. I'll go with the middle.
Oh, that one's mine. This one's mine. Okay. You ready? Wait, we gotta do this so that they can see your reaction as you eat this.
I was waving a knife around. I apologize.
That's cooked pretty good right there. Oops, there we go.
John's gonna take 2 as well. I know, right? That's basically what just happened. Welcome to my world.
He's
That's
supposed to
not
know.
just on the stream. That is legitimately how
He
things
didn't
work
ask
here.
me if there was a right answer. You're supposed to ask if there's a right answer.
It's okay. I still would have picked the wrong thing. All right, time to have some delicious food.
Power humming. It's a happy noise. Try it. There is still dessert. I don't think I've ever heard Robbie power hum. But my youngest kiddo used to power hum all the time from the time they were about 2.
It's cooked well, Dana. Nice and juicy.
The peaches are good. I think they needed to be a little more ripe.
Millions of peaches.
But cooking them down,
Peaches for me.
the ones that are thin are softer and have a good flavor to them. But yeah, I think that they just really, I think they really needed a couple of days to get more ripe. But they're good.
I think I chose wisely.
Life is fun.
Live TV is so fun.
All right. It was perfect. It's perfectly cooked.
Hey, you, Peach. Come here.
Get a meat thermometer. That was a game changer
It's
for
made
you.
a huge difference. Because every now and then I'm like, there's no way that's not done.
Or
And yet the thermometer's right. Or the other way around, stuff cooks faster sometimes than I don't expect it to.
so I pulled this out right around like 144, 145 to let it rest. All right, I'm gonna start plating up. This is for my youngest kiddo. So we'll set that over there. We're gonna plate some things up now. out of
Meanwhile,
the
Rocky's
dessert.
over here like, I'm pretty sure that's my plate.
So you've taken pictures of all of the desserts?
I mean, I didn't get like the best picture of those, but
All right, I will take a picture.
I got a
of
good
it.
one of that one.
So we made a cherry cafluti.
A kafluffle.
And we also made an apricot crumble over here, or a crisp, and then we did a peach and blueberry cobbler.
There's that. Well, hold on.
That's it.
Would you like me to lower it, Dana?
There we go.
And then the other one,
Okay, the differences between, wait a second.
I was going to move it. So
We
you
were
get an
talking
easier
about
picture.
that first thing in the stream, so it's a great question. So a cobbler has more of a pastry kind of thing on the top. So think of a pie, but with the crust on top, except it's a little doughier, like it's a little runnier. It's more batter on that. And then a crisp is fruit that's been cooked that has a streusel on the top of it. So think flour, sugar, cinnamon, butter. And then a clafouti has like a pancake batter. And you put the fruit, you put it in, you start it off on the stovetop with a little bit of the batter. I forgot, and I put all of it in. But you put a little of the batter, then you put the fruit in the batter, and then you stick it in the oven. If you do I have to look at my list because there's so many different ones of them. But
Peaches are amazing.
those are the three that we're doing. So the crisp and the crumble are the ones that people use really interchangeably. But technically, it'll differ from state to state. So somebody calls something a crisp and it's really a crumble, who cares? The crumble has oats in the streusel, the crisp does not. So, do you want tacos or Italian? Tacos. You're welcome. You'll thank me later.
You didn't know it was Taco Sunday?
It's always Taco Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It doesn't matter. It's taco night.
I am hungry. You're not wrong.
I'm also hungry.
But hey, she fed me in under 3 hours, guys.
All right.
And dessert.
I'm going to let that sit for a
That's
second.
pretty good. That's a lot of food that she's just made that quick.
So I made little baby cobblers
You ruined
and
your dessert.
crumbles. So this one has apricots and blueberries. With our, that smells so good. Smell that. Doesn't it smell? Smells so good.
It smells like the holidays.
So there's that one. We got to put ice cream on top of all of these things too. Now, I put this on here because it had come up. Oh yeah, look at the caramelization here on the edges. Can you see that? Wait. Can you see that little caramelization around the edges? That's my favorite part, like the brownie caramelization that happens. I probably should have switched spoons for these two.
Yeah, you're okay. You didn't know there were 3 desserts when there was no potatoes?
See, you need to pay attention, Darth. Why are you not paying attention
That was
to
Jedi,
me?
actually.
Oh, that was Jedi?
I like how you assumed it was Darth, though.
Well, because Darth was complaining about the potatoes. I didn't hear Jedi complain about the potatoes. All right, that. And I got some of that on there. We don't want that there. And then we're gonna plate up. Let me move this.
It's just too much food, not enough counter. Darth says I never listen.
Well, apparently that's not true. You were apparently just listening. Again, my job to point out when people are wrong. All right, there we go. Put a little cherry there. So we've got Rainier cherries, so they're not the bright red ones in here.
In other words, it's very misleading for me. I have to be careful over there.
Well, you got to try it. Oh my gosh.
So I've had enough dinner over here that I've earned my dessert.
Well, we got to put ice cream on all the desserts, Robbie. I mean, unless you don't want ice cream on yours. Do you want ice cream on yours?
Yes, please.
Do you want spoons or forks?
Spoons should be fine. George!
George is here. Oh my gosh. Let me get over there. Hang on. I'm
We got
making a
pork chops for you and desserts and
We've got 3 different desserts today because, you know, dessert is
welcome
important.
in, Raiders.
So welcome in. Hey, George, thank you so much for bringing your family in here, and welcome in, Raiders. If you don't know me, my name is Dana. I'm a home cook up here in North Texas. I've met George. George has been to my house a couple of times, brought me some awesome hot sauce and a cookbook with some awesome like game day recipes in it, which is amazing. We have been doing stone fruit stuff today, and so I'll tell you all about it. But George, what did you do today? What did you do today? John, you would love some? Come on over. You know, come on over.
And we did also make a Moscow Mule that it looks like Dana hasn't touched, but it's because I topped her off again.
Okay, these look delicious, Robbie.
You didn't? Did you answer my question? Am I allowed to have a dessert if I eaten enough of my dinner?
If we take pictures of all of them.
Done. Consider it done.
There we go. I have vodka whipped cream. So for those of you coming in with George, we were focusing on, stone fruit today. So I have Rainier cherries fluty. We have this is our cobbler that has apricots and blueberries in it. This one is peaches. No, this is the apricot. So this one has apricot and blueberries, and that's our crisp. And then our cobbler over here has peaches and blueberries. And then our fluty is Rainier cherries. And then we have pork chops with cherries.
That is
not cherries.
so good.
with a peach compote and some green beans. And that was what we made today. A lot.
Oh my gosh.
From the sauce tribe, that's right. You're gaining weight just watching? All right, hang on. I gotta try.
How?
I gotta try this. This is good.
This one's got a lot to live up to after that one. I know, right? This one's pretty good too. That one might have this one by like a whisker. This one's still really good. Oh my gosh.
Hey, can I try that?
Yes.
He won't let me try it, everybody.
There you go.
It's so summery. You're still picking raspberries. Oh no, the bird's got your blueberries. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
That's not good. Oh, apple cinnamon crepes. Yum, I love crepes. So good. All right.
Holy cow, that was good.
So yeah, this has the peaches in it.
Totally understand, George. Thanks again for the raid.
Thank you again, yeah. The apricots with all of that, just so good.
Like, I couldn't tell you what I'm tasting. I just know it's really good.
So I used in that one, I didn't use it in this one, that I made this mix of spices for just putting in desserts and everything. It's an Indian mix of things from Ayurvedic cooking, which is cooking that's good for you, that's supposed to be healthy, and so that was a way to do that.
Don't tell me that.
So Well, I mean, this dessert isn't, but the desserts you would normally make in like Ayurvedic cooking, they have a purpose. Like, so all of that good stuff. Thank you so much for that follow, Head of Broccoli.
Every now and then we get a walk-on that's got a broccoli tune to it in here.
Yes, every once in a while. All right. So this is kind of custardy.
Did you say I have to try that one?
Yes. A little ice cream. Robbie's not a huge cherry, but this isn't like the cherries that you've had before. I think you'll like it. So pretty good, huh?
The custard's really good.
Yeah. But you could do this with any fruit. So the thing about all of these, you could use rhubarb, you can use strawberry, you can use blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, razzle-dazzle berries. What are some from Willy Wonka? I can't remember.
Schnozberries?
Schnozberries. The schnozberries taste like schnozberries. So, rhubarb, yes, rhubarb. You can use apples. I wouldn't use pears because pears get mushy, but any kind of fruit that doesn't get too mushy, you could totally use. Got nectarines. I don't know about plums. I might use plums in a clafouti. I'll have to try it sometime. Maybe I'll try doing a crisp this week because I've got a ton of plums and I've got plucots. But I'll tell you, I'd love to do a plucot.
I think you're just making up words now.
I am making up words. That's your plate.
Oh, thanks.
I like taking plucots and what's the other one? There's another one. And slicing them really thin and then taking a cracker and putting some mascarpone or creme fraiche on it and then putting that fruit on it. It's so good. And it's so simple. So good. Rhubarb. I just love rhubarb. It's one of my grandmother's strawberry rhubarb pie is my favorite pie of all time. And I haven't made one in a really, really long time. So it depends. I don't think cherry tastes like medicine if you are doing fresh ones. What?
I thought that was funny because I don't like cherries.
So.
That's pretty good though.
Your mind goes blank. Poached pears, yeah. So that's one way you can do pears. They're so good poached. I like to also take them and put them in the oven with a little goat cheese, maybe some walnuts, and then a little honey. So good. So actually, that's just kind of what you said. I didn't finish reading what you wrote. So sorry. Robbie often says, Dana, you don't let me finish what I'm saying. You respond beforehand. It is something I am working on. How am I doing?
You're doing great.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing great.
And I'm not just saying that because you fed me.
It used to grow wild in your yard. That's awesome. I'm hoping it won't happen next year, but I'm hoping maybe in a couple of years, if we do end up moving, I have a garden and then everybody can help me decide what to grow in my garden. But we'll see. It's hard to work and do things.
Thanks for clearing that up.
You're welcome. All right, should we go see who we're gonna raid?
Let's go read someone.
Words are very hard. Words.
When's the last time you guys got to read someone?
You're gonna have 4 eggplants? I had eggplants last year, but then my plants, so what's happening here in Texas, and I haven't quite figured it out, I used to have a garden in Texas, but it didn't get quite as much sun, and I had more time to tend to it. But everything, my peppers always do really well, but anything else, I get like one crop out of it, and then the plants just kind of die. So I got to figure that out. My oregano's doing good this year, though, so knock on wood. Knock on wood. Okay, I got to get over here.
So good.
Let's see who's on. We've got Mish is on. I think that's who we went to last time. Chef J-Tay is on. Rar is on. Zero's on. Well, just starting. So Zero's just now starting. It's still starting
But
soon.
should be through the starting soon because he goes on at 8.
I'm just looking at things that's starting now. But who do we think? Anybody? Where should we go? We're going to go read someone. Let's go read someone. Yeah. Oh no, Grasshopper's not good. All right, Kanara, who should we go to? Who should we go? Where should we go? I need help. My brain's broken. I don't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, he's on.
Who's on?
Zero's on.
Zero. Okay, Zero's on. Should we go see Zero? Zero was part of Food Fight. So Zero had to go up against Chef Steve. It was
Only lost by 2.
wild. Only lost by 2 points. It was wild. So Zero's not cooking. Zero will be playing a game, but Zero is a hoot. And Robbie and I go and see Zero and his wife, Nikki. We see them, we go out to dinner, maybe 3 times a year or something, but we keep in touch. So let's go see Zero and everybody hold hands. And I want to thank you all for coming in. Kanara, George, Hippie, Andrew, thank you guys all for the raids and for the hype train and all of the good stuff. It's always such a pleasure to have you guys here in my kitchen. And thank you for spending some time with me. And where am I on time? I'm good. I can say a lot more words. How many more words can Dana say? I want you guys to go out. Please have a good week. Join us on Tuesday for our finale of Food Fight. And if it's not a finale, you get to come sabotage me and Darth. You get to sabotage Darth. You get to sabotage Darth. You get to sabotage
or Dana.
Darth.
Or Dana. All for charity.
Darth. All for charity. So it'll be fun either way. It's going to be fun either way. So let's hold hands. Let's go say hi to Zero. Let's give him our energy and our good vibes. And you go have a good week. And I hope to see you on Tuesday. You're beautiful just the way you are. Take a little kindness with you because we need a lot more kindness.